welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your coquettish Game Master Tom. And this is episode 60, Adventure 60, episode 60. A lot of adventures. Glad to have you here. We're coming to you live on twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday at, what time is it? 6:30 p.m. Pacific. If you're listening to us on the podcast, feel free to come and join us on the live show, chat with us, see what's going on. And if you want to hear it on the podcast, we're on every platform. Just check out IngloriousBards.com. We have all our players in house today, and I think all of them might actually get to play. It's been like, what, a month since everyone's got to play. Super excited. Everybody's here, but we need to know what happened last time, so let's get our recap from Jeremy.
The heroes made it to the clock tower, and they found Nesser, who was a cartographer who has been waiting for them for some indeterminate amount of time. But Nesser was waiting for the foretold to show up, who he might have to give the map, which he eventually did. So he spoke with Yaru, and Yaru got a map from him to a location of the rings, a way of getting back to Varen that they were able to use to get in and needed to find another way to get out. While they were also there in the conversation, Sildren spoke with Nesser as well, and Nesser offered to give him a map for something that he also needed to find. And Sildren came up with the idea of finding the body of Scourgeonar, and found that Nesser, never even coming from Varen, was able to draw an amazing map of the outline of all of Varen, and pointed them to a ruined city in the Bay of Sins. Way in the east. So they have this information, they took these maps, and now they needed to find a way to get back to this tower where the rings were created. Well, as they kind of explored and stayed hidden because of the fact that they were being searched for by several guards with seemed to be flying suits or jetpacks flying around, they managed to get onto a cable cart that was carrying a large furry creature that they found out was called a Furgan. Bali immediately made himself an expert of the Furgan by decision, and was giving instructions all around about how they should be taken care of and treated. And with some weird little hijinks ensuing, they made it across the canal, got a hold of Stuart, poor guy, and dragged him into the whole process when he was just trying to do his job searching them out. But they made it into the tower. There were a couple spellcasters in there giving them a hard time, but Yarrow did a great job taking him down with help from the rest of the team. And then Sildren was able to control the rings device with some very lucky rolls and got the entire team back into Varen. When they showed up, Bali found that Xander had cast a spell to take Yelena's body and turn it into a stone statue that was kind of a memoriam for her, and wanted to fix that because it wasn't quite done yet. So he actually brought her back from stone. There was a confrontation, and then in the Nexus, where everyone is finally back together and returned after an entire week of the oubliette, an entire week of being apart after a huge battle from Char Ice, and Sildren sets everybody down and takes us to church. And that's where we left off, of really trying to figure out what the party's going to be like, how far we're going to go, and if we're going to still do it all together. That's where we left off. So from there, if it's still around, let the adventure begin.
Our heroes are gathered in the Nexus after returning from the oubliette. They are tired, they are beaten, they are exhausted, they are wounded, Bali, is that correct?
No, I brought them all.
They are
pretty much,
perfectly
man.
healthy.
Perfectly healthy.
Yay!
Just tired and sad in some cases. But the group is together. And at this very moment, they are all in the Nexus in a wooded paneled study at the top of the Nexus, which is their home outside of normal space in a secluded spot. And Sildren is just now finishing his last bit of his speech.
We have defeated Char Ice. For now, we have foiled the Onikran's plans. However, Scourgenar's undead are currently pouring out of the Karth, and there is no nation, power left that can stand against them. If we do not want our world to fall to darkness, I see but one choice. We must work together, be of unified purpose in destroying the enemies now arrayed against Varen. And that, at least, is my path.
I need to know if everyone's in range.
That's not a good way to start a session, I don't think.
I'm glad it was Bali who said it.
Yes, you guys are all in like a, you're in a circle. You're in a drum circle.
In that
Horseshoe.
Nexus
Yes.
conservatory.
Sorry, you were saying something.
So I don't quite know all the things you just said there, but what's that mean for the now?
It means that if we are to have a chance at stopping the evils that plague Varen, that plague us, that seek our death, that seek to destroy Varen, we have to work together. We have to figure a way to put our differences aside. We have all enough blame and fault to go around for how we have failed Yelena. And for now, we have to set that aside and move forward. And I believe that Scourgenar is currently the greater threat. And Callian Varro stated that from Dakareth, the undead stream into the world of the living. And I can't believe that any of you would leave that fate to this world.
Okay, thanks for explaining it. Here's what I think. I cannot be killed, so we go north and I lead the way.
What do you mean you can't be killed?
I cannot be killed.
I don't.
Did you not see?
No, I didn't see what
That-
happened.
It's the bigger thing, and he tried to smash me with his mallet. And I stood there, and it didn't do nothing, and I cannot be killed.
What's he talking about, Xander?
Can he really not be killed?
I think that's
What
a,
happened to you guys? Where
that's
you
a very
been?
liberal interpretation.
Xander's warming up big spells.
My spells have this side effect of some sort of mental disease and all that.
I saw for myself is as if the goddess Solene, she protected me. So I know with the confidence we can go and do it.
I'm thankful for your company.
It's the adventure version of Bless Your Heart.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go fight the undead, which, by the way, I'm all for, I think it's great. Also, hi! Welcome back. It's been a freaking week. I haven't seen you guys in forever. You look horrible. You need to get some
You
rest.
should
and
see the other guys.
I can't even imagine what that looks like. But I've been practicing. I've been learning, and I think we can really find the rest of the towers, of the Scorial Towers, perhaps, and use the information that's in there and maybe we can try to find the Scourgeonar and take him out into Kareth.
We know where Scorchinar's body lies.
What?
There's a map. Master Yaru has it.
Oh, you guys have been busy.
We have... Yes.
You also notice that Sildren, as he's talking this entire time, is just instinctively stroking his right arm, which has no hair on it whatsoever, for some odd reason.
And a little scarred, I would say. You know, regardless of the healing, I think you don't walk away from that without being
It
scarred.
feels bigger in this hand.
It's the stranger.
Excuse me, I have to be alone for a little while. I just thought of something.
Molly, cast it again.
Oh, they're gonna need another one.
Do my left this time. Do my left.
It's a threesome.
Wait, that's not my arm. Okay.
I agree that we have to work together to solve anything, but before you guys jumped in those rings and whisked yourselves away, things were on the precipice of not being great.
Yaru addresses the room for the first time. He's been huddled very small in the corner. You can see something's different about him, both physically and emotionally. He is missing part of his tail, first of all.
Oh.
The back end of his tail is not there.
Okay.
We have changed a great deal in the days we have been gone. Regarding Yelena, I am sorry for my doubt. I see now that we each played a part in her demise, but it was her own doing that she met such an end. As such, through the punishment that I faced in the oubliette, I have renounced the name of Master until I am once again worthy of such a title. And for us, after chaos magic, brainworms, Onocrin, dragons, torture, and infighting, we still stand here together. And I will continue to give my life for each of you. And he puts a paw on Palik's shoulder / head. So big. If we can work together.
I'm fine. I still think I did the right thing. But what the fuck happened to you guys?
Yeah,
I had to write things down that you were saying, Haru, because that was a
You
lot.
weren't there, man. You don't know.
What's an oubliette?
It is a prison on another plane, meant for torture, meant for gain of the other creatures more powerful than we currently are. The Onocrin seems to be working with those in charge of this plane of torture. But in this place, we found a keeper of this map, and Yara will hand Xander all the maps that he made and all that. Here, we have been given clues to Scourgeonar's home, where he may be now, or at least a means to destroy him. So we are not empty-handed, but we have more questions than answers. And Callian Varro is in the middle of it all once again.
And specifically, the Onocrin have been seeking us for some time. And when I say us, I really mean you. Zane.
I was really hoping you were going to say that.
They specifically were seeking you out of all of us. We have delayed their plans. We have damaged the device they were using to transport us. Whatever interplanar device they had is now less useful. But it will only
You
be
guys
a matter
wrecked
of
it?
time. We did damage to it.
Sildren damaged the device, and Piercy and I handled the mechanics of the device.
Was it a chain gate? Big portal, lots of chains and gears? Because we did that once too.
No, as Amar has rings, many
big
rings,
ring.
and they have the symbols on them
Like
too.
gears, little beers. It's a chain gate.
Maybe I'm not.
Gears are those wheels with wheels on them, right?
That's the
I
one.
remember those, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't craft things.
As we found out last episode. Have you seen Stargate?
Why don't do that?
Bali, you have been very quiet. What are your thoughts on this?
In many ways, you probably don't want to know all of my thoughts. But I'll say your words have stirred me a bit. You were quick to, and he's looking at Yaru. You were quick to reestablish an oath and move forward from all of this. I am not so keen to do so, and I don't think I would take oath with any mortal again. Not after what I've witnessed. But as I've said, you've stirred me a bit, and I would be willing to go along. But now there is new condition. I don't do this for the adventure or the belief. There is a great evil out there, and we'll see to its end. But I don't, or rather, I cannot find it as easy to look at some of you in the eyes as I did before.
Why are you not looking at me, Bali?
I don't know. Where are you?
Right here, Bali.
You disappeared again.
I've had object permanence knocked out of me.
I was going to produce a contract. One not dissimilar from the emissaries that I would travel with when we visited the king. And this contract would have you pay me for my services and to stay along. That seemed to satisfy my anger on the issue. But I've put it aside.
Is it coin you want?
It's not coin I want. It's the oath fulfilled is what I wanted. But Yelena lies in my quarters, waiting to be buried. I've said it before. The oath was broken. She did not have to die. She was a danger. Oh, I'll give you that. But there was a moment, a brief moment, where sanity to her in the arms of Yararu. And it was that moment that the oath was broken. It hurts. It really does. But I've said my piece. If you'll have me, I'll go along. If you despise me, I'll understand too.
What share I would take, you will give to Bali. I have no use for coin.
No, the contract is not what I'm after. I'm not after money. Like I said, Sildren, what he said, has stirred me to not take such an action.
We need to be together, in my opinion. And any that come are welcome. If you join us and you fight with us, then you are welcome.
I feel like we all started this for different reasons. We all come from completely different backgrounds, completely different areas. I started as an adventurer. I wanted to see what the world was going to be like. I wanted to defend Edlin home. And it grew. It grew bigger. We could do other things. And I lost some friends. and I gained new ones. Wherever else we came from, whatever our original start was, we all now have, I think, the same goal. Keep as many innocent people alive as we can. Let them live their lives as simply and possibly as we could. And keep Varen alive. You are my friends. Actually, you're the only thing I have of, like, family now. So I'm going to call you that. You, the defenders of Varen, are my family. And I choose that. I want to stick together. Thick and thin, hard times and good. And I think that if we work together, we forgive each other, and we move forward, we will find that we can do it. We could save Varen. We could keep it healthy and happy, at least for the time that we're on this planet.
Those are wise words, Anna and Bolly. And I have looked in my heart to forgive. But I will never, and he looks to Bolly, forget that moment. For the rest of my days, it will haunt me as Tardai's last moments haunted me, as Fiel's moments haunted me. All those we have lost for seemingly pointless reasons. Again, I will stress, it was her own doing that caused Yelena's downfall. Though we were eager to follow a gypsy's desire. And in that, we were mistaken. Yelena came with us because we saved her life. And we also took it from her. What does that make us? Who wins in a fight if both parties want to die?
Is that a riddle? I don't know the answer.
I'm getting better at riddles.
It's rhetorical, but I'm not sure.
He sounds like a monk.
You have to wait for the
Why is there Cheetos everywhere?
That's not mine. I've gotten good at cooking. By the way, it's been a whole week, but I've learned
That's infinite in Tom's games.
I can heat up some ham and some chicken, and I can do some carrots. I'm gonna make you some food. You wash, unpack, fix your tail. I will make us dinner. We can reconnect. You can explain what an oubliette is and how Piercy is not gonna die anymore and why he's immortal.
It's a misunderstanding.
I really want to figure that one out. It just sounds like a good spell to learn, and I'd like to learn that one.
Great penalties.
It's a level 9 spell.
Plus, you guys look like you're a level above me.
Before you go, and he's not completely full of shit. He's actually made some tasty meals.
Thanks, baby
Since
cakes.
you guys have been.
We have
But before we disperse, I
Churn something
have
up.
something for each of you. And she goes into her bag of holding and comes out with 5 parcels, one for each of you, and then another bigger one that she hands to Yaru, and then puts the smaller one on top. And inside each of these, she's been diligently working the last week on making on the way to Dakareth. Seems like eons ago. In actuality, wasn't that long ago.
Like 3 days ago.
She bought some cloths. She bought some silk. It's magenta, and each of you now have a sash to wear, like around your waist. These, you don't have to wear them, but these, I feel like these will represent us as a group. This will represent us as the defenders of the realm.
Can you, Palik, make a crafting roll?
Yep.
If a 20, you do a pretty good job. 30 is an amazing job.
39.
Okay.
Oh!
These are of incredible, insane quality. You want to maybe describe? I mean, there's some fine details. If you want
Yeah,
on
so
there.
they're magenta with like a white, almost silver lining on the outside, and they just wear kind of like a belt that hangs down on one side. Also, in the larger parcel for Yaru is a new coat, a new like kind of like a you kind of wear like almost like a an Eastern, like a monk.
Yeah.
It's a brand new one,
Okay.
cut in black with fur lining.
Oh.
Cat.
Yeah, what fur?
From the
she had
tail
some
of a
wolf,
cat.
She had some
Dragon
wolves,
fur.
some wolfskins she got up north. Like it's freaking. I've been slowly
Grabbing pieces.
grabbing little pieces
All right.
of stuff.
You notice that
Just-
Shunka is a
You
little
keep
more
brushing
bald.
Shunka.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Yaru will
So then-
take it, and he's still confused from that moment with Palik, but after what he went through and after all of the moments we've all just had, he kind of gets down on one knee and just gives Palik a big hug.
She hugs back.
Again,
I
Palik,
don't.
please.
I don't know if you'll ever understood why I did what I did.
That is the thing about family. We don't always have to understand.
Okay.
But I
well,
will not forget it.
I don't need you to forget it. I just, hopefully in time you'll understand that, you know, we are like family. I've never had much use for family though. My family's been absent almost my entire life. But Xander, when he called us a family, was right. Because we've grown and we fight like a family. We bicker like family. We've all been mad at each other. We've all been the cause of someone else being angry or irritated. But we've never come to blows. None of us have ever struck another one. And when that happened, especially who it happened to, I was done. Honestly, I was done with Yelena soon after we took her from that place.
Wow.
And when she struck Xander down, I was done. I was done with her, and I was done with having what I felt like was a wedge into our group, into our family, into our circle.
And those wounds will be with us as long as we're together.
Bolly, Xander, I think I know a place she could go, where she could rest. Yaru will go to the bookcase and look for the book that has information on the Endless Pond that we went to once
Oh, okay.
before. I cannot read these pages, but knowing this is the book, Bolly, do you think at the edge of that pond is a suitable place for her?
Yeah, I'm sure one could be found. It's either there or where I had originally thought I would take her was the old tomb.
I worry about carrying her anywhere for an extended period of time. And we'll say we can get there kind of instantly. Have a burial ceremony.
I don't think believe in the open by a pond would be a suitable resting place for Yelena.
That's why initially I chose the old tomb.
Tomb. I don't know where the old tomb is, but
The hall where we were.
hmm.
The Shadow Hall?
Yes.
Again, that is a strong place. But she did help us in the end save those people. I only worry about the journey it would take to get her there. I think at the foot of a nexus point would be a fitting place for her.
Well, to that point, there is a nexus point into Kareth. We can go through there and then take her to Shadow Hall.
This would also, Sildren, allow us to continue our journey. Speaking of that journey, Xander, would you take a look at this after you're finished cooking? And Yara will pull out the black rectangular rectangle.
Thank you, Austin Powers.
It's magic of some kind. We found this in the hands of the keeper of the ring device.
It's at this point I'd like to remind everyone that Xander has quick identification, which means I can identify something in less than 1 round, and using my assuredness or my assurance for Arcana, I roll a 39.
You do you?
I did.
Why do I feel like I'm under attack with this. With a 39?
Yeah.
I remember someone saying something about never having to make this check ever.
That, rules-wise, that means you're guaranteed to identify without rolling any item that is level 19 or below.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, so
That being
Xander,
said, you can identify it.
Xander grabs it, flips it in his hand, and has already immediately identified it. And I am looking for the name. For some reason I can't.
I'm going to start over.
He's having a stroke.
Put on my new
Put a
coat real
spoon in
quick.
his mouth.
Just tasting my batter. Sorry. I was just saying I identified this even faster than the DM did. Just gotta wait for it to buffer. Come up and I'll tell you what it is.
If I had the car crash sound right now.
Oh, Palik, this is very nice. Thank you.
Xander, for some reason I cannot find the name. If I find the name, I'll find it for you. This is a piece of magical ore that is used by enchanters to enhance very high quality items to take them to exceptional to then receive magical power. So it's part of the step. It's not required for magic items. It makes things so much easier and primarily would be worth a couple thousand gold for the group.
To require a merchant of some sort.
Merchants don't exist anymore.
Did they ever?
Somebody.
Yeah, they pretty much have.
That's all. That's Shale's diet. He just eats merchants.
What? So Yaru got. We all got a
We
small
all got
pouch.
these. No, they're just sashes,
No. Okay.
kind of.
And then Yaru got a second bag.
I got a
though,
He
right?
got a coat that I'd been working
That's right.
before.
Okay.
I was ready to like throw it in a fire in front of him last time we met, but things have
Gotcha.
changed.
Things have settled. You got some dick.
But
so
I've
now you're
been
in a better
working
mood.
on it for a while, and then happened to have like a week down.
I could have milked that.
Very nice.
Well, you guys want to rest and get that level?
Yes.
Up?
No, we're just gonna go.
No, let's earn that achievement.
All right, you guys rest. Everyone is now level 16. Congratulations, highest level in any of our campaigns ever. So there's new abilities and such that everyone has, and You also recover any, if there's one wounded level, I think it's got to be like freaking Piercy at a million levels of that. Poor guy.
So I'm now at wounded 2.
Which is bad, by the way.
And I have the Doom card here just ready to go since it's going to be.
But hey, you're invincible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't die.
That's excellent for you. Wally keeps casting Resurrect on just to feed the delusion.
Oh God.
Watch, guys.
Thick trees circle a secluded glade. The shadows cast by their branches and leaves are comforting like an old blanket. Sildren the druid kneels down, runs his fingers through the thick grass, and breathes in the air. He doesn't know exactly where he is or how he got there, but Sildren feels safe, almost as though he's been here before. From somewhere beyond the glade, Shunka playfully runs through the underbrush. Sildren looks up to see a pair of slender, bright eyes lit up in the darkness. He rises and motions gently for the new arrival to approach. The eyes step into the light of the glade, bringing with them the face of an old brown bear, easily 10 feet tall. The bear looks down upon the druid before slowly approaching. Sildren holds out an open hand. The giant bear steps closer and sniffs at the druid before nuzzling up to Sildren's hand. The bear stretches out next to you, Sildren, and lays down next to you. The beast looks at you through slender eyes and speaks in a low, warm voice and says, "It has been too long since we have spoken."
I am glad to be returned to you.
Throughout all the chaos that has affected Varen, you have been a beacon of light. You have brought order.
I wish only to serve and find that balance.
Then if you serve, you must know that there is still much left to do.
It seems more than there was at the beginning.
As soon as you say that, you turn and the bear gets a little startled as a small rivulet of black water streams out of the forest and snakes its way through the glade towards the two of you. Sildren, you stand up, immediately stride over there boldly and put your foot down right in front of it, and the little stream of black water hits your foot but does not go around, and the water just slowly disappears and fades away, and nothing happens with it.
For now have stemmed the tide, it seems.
Yes, you have brought warmth back to the world.
There is still yet much to do.
As you say that, a second stream of black comes out from the edge of and comes into the glade. This stream causes the bear to snarl and back away from it. It gets closer and closer and then hits a small rock. This little black stream hits the rock, then disappears under the rock and starts permeating underneath the ground and making the ground all around the rock soggy and unstable.
Step away from that area.
Okay.
And I'm sensing a theme here. I'm expecting to see more of them.
The darkness I warned of long ago is here.
How do I hold it back?
You must. A third stream spills out from the woods. It comes racing towards you. It's you step back from it. It hits a little bit of a rise in the ground and starts to form a pool, a little puddle that grows a little bigger and bigger. It doesn't come towards you, but it's just building and building as though it's waiting to get to a certain amount before it spills over into you and overflows. You must find all 8 answers before you stop this flood. Without the answers, there will be no slumber, only defeat. Seek out the text of the feathered sage. His written words know where the answers lie.
Thank you for always looking over.
The bear nods, steps away from the water that seems to being still growing close to you. The bear heads towards the edge of the woods, and Shunka is there, and the bear rubs up against Shunka. Then the water from the pool spills over into your feet and swarms around your boots. You can't step away. Shunka leaps into the glade, starts growling and barking, and the water starts to rise, and you start to sink little by little into the glade. You can't get out. Starts to rise and rise over you. Starts to come up over your nose and your mouth. You can barely breathe, and then you wake up safely in the confines of the Nexus. And remind us, where do you sleep within the Nexus?
There was a wooded area.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there are several different bedroom doors that lead to some inner courtyard type thing with some trees and stuff, and that's where you chill. That's right.
Yeah.
If it's permissible, you're not alone. Bali could be standing next to you. Is that permissible?
Sure.
All right. That's what you wake up to see. Bali finishing what looks to be a spell. And he's kind of startled a little bit that you woke up so soon. What is it? What disturbed you so?
What were you doing?
Never mind that.
Puts his phone away.
A small blessing. But
Okay.
I seems to have disturbed you.
It was not your blessing that disturbed me, but a vision from Keth. There's still much to be done. And it
Omnis
is-
portens, I say.
Indeed.
Well, with your eye, I feel better knowing that you have a bit of wisdom. It's one small step in the right direction. And Bali strides out of the area that you're in and goes elsewhere.
To his own room or whatever.
His own room,
else
yeah.
sleep.
What? It's nothing.
Demands he
A
sleeps by
small
himself.
blessing.
You break into his room. There's 6 puppets that all look
Yeah.
like you.
Just roll over.
Sildren, you have gained a blessing and game mechanic called Vengeful Wolf.
Okay.
You may say a command word, and when Shunka successfully bites an enemy, you may immediately upgrade that to a critical hit instead. You may do this twice. There is no end to this, so it can last as long as you want, but you only get 2 uses.
Well, the only caveat is Shuka has to.
Hits,
Yeah,
yes.
There is that.
Yeah.
There
I
is
also-
that. Shunka's slowly been easing into the ability to hit.
I also have to specify this. You are now affected with the spell known as Life Connection, but I'm not going to tell you what it does.
Wow.
But if you sell enough product, it'll ease your upline with Life Connection.
I have to say it because I can only cast it once, and it has to be on specific individuals.
Once ever?
Once in the day period. So it's really for his benefit, so
For
he
my
knows I'm not
benefit,
making
yes.
it up when something happens.
Christopher's known for that. All right, I'll cast a spell that resurrects everyone to full health instantly and cures all diseases.
It says so
and
right here. Shh. Oh, I tore the paper.
Bali, content in your spell casting, you return to your room, you say a prayer to the Stone Father, and you rest. You dream of glorious battles, last-second saves of magic with healing, and you also have a dream, a very vivid dream of your past as a young adept in the Stone Hall Dwarven Hold, with learning the faith, the practices, starting to work with the people, and you have the image, that moment as a young religious person where you see the light, you feel the God, the Stone Father, truly. You're not just going through the motions and trying. You have that breakthrough moment, and you're able to see that moment again in your eyes, and you do rest comfortably. You gain the second game blessing called Fierce Hammer. After casting a heal spell, an ethereal hammer will strike the target of the heal, giving them 20 temporary hit points and +2 on their next attack roll. You can choose when to do this. That will last as long as you want, but you only get 3 of these blessings.
Okay.
And it has to be attached to a heal you deliver. 20 temporary hit points and +2 to their next attack roll.
Thank you.
And there's one more. It is black. You hear yourself breathing. Then you calm yourself as your practiced monk training sets in. There's a light you make out nearby, and a torch comes into focus, Yaru. The flickering light reveals obsidian steps stretching out before you. Several steps up, a man rests on his side. He sits up as this huge obsidian chamber takes shape around you. The man has a round, friendly face, but his eyes look as though they have witnessed 1,000 evils. Dark, sunken, he looks tired yet powerful. He wears plate mail armor made of a dull black metal that almost blends into the stairs he sits on. He rubs his pale face that is in need of a shave. You are standing on a obsidian stone floor with no walls around you, no floor much behind you, and just this grand staircase that goes up infinitely in front of you, and all around you is just darkness. And the man rises up from his throne and lazily just walks around it while keeping an eye on you, Yaru.
Why have you brought me back here?
You have been through much. I see the same exhausted look in your eyes that I have had for untold years.
My body is tired, but my mind is exhausted.
You seek a peace to your mind, a peace to your world. I also seek a peace in a new world, a place for all to finally rest. And I am not sure you understand my goal.
Your goal has been to torture those who are beneath you. I believe no one is beneath me.
And who does Yaru think this is?
The pale torturer.
No.
Arcadian.
Is it an Arcadian?
No. It is not.
Okay.
It's Skordrenar.
Okay.
He looks confused.
Well then.
Huh?
I do not seek to torture. The gods have abandoned endless souls, but I shall not. I will not when I claim this world for them. I will not abandon those souls, nor will I abandon you.
I do not need your grace. My kin and I have done what you could not do in 1,000 years. What do you need from me?
He smiles at that, but it's a little bit of a pained smile. I need you to think of your place. I fear that you have a role to play, yet you are lost. I have just advice for what it is worth to you, Yaru, and that is to rest. Rest. There is still a long road ahead, but you are no longer alone.
Are you suggesting that the day is finally here, where your fate meets our resolve?
I say that our fates, and he comes down the stairs towards you, getting very, very close. Our fates are intertwined, and I fear your stubbornness may prevent you from reaching your goal, for your goal is closer than you think. he says as he reaches out and gently touches you on the shoulder, where you wake up with a startled sound in your chambers in the Nexus. Catching your breath, you look around. There is no dwarf hovering over you. Yeah, you're sweaty.
He's back in the corner.
And you are confused by this dream. You have also gained a gameplay mechanic. You have gained a mechanic called Visionary Strike. Before you make a normal or a flurry strike, you may use a Visionary Strike instead to gain +4 to that strike. In addition, if you miss, you may step 15 feet back if you fail that attack for additional maneuverability. You gain 5 charges of this ability. You feel this is connected to Skordrunar.
Not nice.
Okay. Can I not want it?
You can do whatever you want with it.
Okay, I don't want it. I
For
deny
now.
his gift.
Yeah, no.
For now. Like, I'm wondering what happens when you use it. Like, how much better does it get?
Yeah, we're not gonna find out.
I'm gonna use all 4.
It's just not a practice dummy. It is still, I don't know, starting to get a little bit early. Palik, you are up and about. You hear Xander doing some sort of good morning cooking song. He's been doing a lot this last week. Can we hear just the first few moments of that good morning Palik cooking, I'm cooking song?
I got sunshine on a cloudy. Are you okay there?
So you leave him behind.
Yeah.
You know the song's going to be stuck in your head. You head out of the Nexus. You've got this doorway that opens out of this wood-paneled chamber study, if you will, and it opens up into, 40, 50 feet above the city of Mirskan in Varen. And as you open up the door, different air, the city air comes in. It's your kind of air, your kind of place. You're looking at the 3-story boarding house that your invisible door opens up onto. And you notice 2 things. One, it is warm with no snow around whatsoever. It's been a long time since that happened. And 2, you see a startled young city guard, like 16-year-old city guard in a uniform that is way too big for him, sitting on the roof, and he startles and gets to his feet and says, hey, I'm supposed to let you know that King Phaon requests any presence of anyone who teleports through the sky here.
What do you mean?
You!
What? I don't do any teleportation. I don't have any magic properties.
Look at you!
What?
Are you semantics of this kid?
You're coming out of the sky right now.
No, I'm just on the roof.
Don't cast your spells on me. I am a valued guard, new guard.
What's your name, new guard?
What did you say?
Steward.
I
With
took
an
up
EW.
residence here.
My name is Jan.
Jan?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm the life of the party.
And the king wants to see me?
Yes, but we always have someone here if there's anything that the king requests, and we've been here.
You have somebody up on this roof all the time?
Yes.
Why?
The king says you are important. Are you not important?
I'm just Palik.
Do you know who King Phaon is?
I mean, yeah, I've heard of him.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm supposed to take you as soon
Okay,
as
let's
as
go.
soon as it's convenient.
Sure.
All right.
Piercy. Did I hear King Phaon?
Nope.
Did you want to do something, Piercy?
Yeah, Piercy. Piercy grabs his sash and hustles to the door to join Palik.
Okay. You two are there. Who else did not have it? Oh, Xander. Xander, you also see them leaving, by the way.
Do you need us to go?
You can come if you want.
Okay.
No singing.
Where are
You don't get to sing anywhere outside of the kitchen. That was our deal.
That's it. I don't like that deal. It's a bad deal. Why did I lose? Where are you going?
It's this little guy named Yanni is telling us we need to go see the king. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go.
Then don't go. Keep cooking breakfast for the sleepyheads.
All right, you go ahead. Xander will stay.
Save me some.
All right, you guys head out, and that is Piercy and Palik.
Yeah.
You head out onto the top of the boarding house, make your way down through several floors, get a look from the strange guy at the front door as you go by. You're led by Jan, the city guard, and are out into
Who?
the city streets.
Yanni?
Jan. And he walks you through the city streets. As you do so, you hear a young guy, maybe 11, 12 years old, call out, young kid, call out, "Hey, it's them! It's the Defenders of Navarre!" And he comes running over and shakes your hand, Piercy, and then comes over and shakes your hand, Palik. "It's really you!
Yes? How did you know?
We know all about you. The halfling and the mouse and
I am Sir Percy von Skeeting-Lever, a champion of Navarre.
And he does this big flourishing bow. He's obviously some laborer's kid or something like that, but he's really excited and a big grin. You continue to be walked along the avenue street. There are many more people here than you last saw. It's completely empty. A woman comes out with a big smile, and she says, "You're right, it is them." And she comes over and says, "Oh my, we're so thankful." And she comes over and gives you a hug, Palik, this portly woman. And she hands you a bouquet of flowers, as she is a florist.
Oh, it's very nice.
And she takes one little daisy and says, "If I may," and tries to put it behind your ear. "We are so thankful for
Behind
everything
my
you've done."
ear?
No, for
Oh,
Piercy's
okay.
ear. "We're so thankful you slew the dragon. The great red dragon is gone."
Well, yes, the dragon is gone. Yes.
And more people come out. "The Dragon Slayer!" And there's now 5, 6, 7, 8 people that are walking alongside you. You guys continue to walk along. You are, Palik, given a cooked ham in a burlap sack.
Okay.
And there are now about 15 people walking alongside you. "How did you slay the dragon? What did you do?"
We fought it.
"Were the others eaten? All of them gone?"
Yes, it's just us left.
"Oh,
No.
Are you looking for new members? I could join you."
No. Palik, don't lie.
How much gold did the dragon have on it?
Not
Yes.
very much.
Do you have any pieces of dragon? Any trophies?
I do not.
Do you do tavern sponsorship deals?
What would that entail?
You drop by and sing a song or spin your tail, and I will give you 7 gold each night you do this.
What tavern? You own a tavern?
I do.
Which tavern?
Will be called Defenders of Navarre.
That's a terrible name.
Whatever name you think is good. How does that sound?
What's your name?
Why do you want to know my name? My name is Burp.
You should call it Burpee's Tavern.
What's your son's name?
That's old Ghastly.
Thought it was Yawn.
Where's your tavern located?
Just
at?
down the road.
I'll come see you when I have a free second. But right now we're on a. We have some important business to attend
Piercy,
to.
you are given some shoes, children's shoes that have bells on them. Take these. These will be great.
Oh, they don't quite fit, but maybe I have a
Force
cousin.
it into your hands.
Thank you. It's okay.
Crowd continues to cheer and grow to about 25, 30 people, and they're all kind of walking in this big mass, cheering you on as you make your way through the
Piercy,
city.
I hate this so much.
Palik, over here for the camera. Can I see your face right over here? Now, Sky, you want to get with her over there? Come on over here.
Yes, yes. No, no.
You make your way over to the Castle of the Storm, where there are a few more other guards you haven't seen before that let you pass. They keep the crowd at bay who continue to cheer, Defenders of Navarre! Defenders of Navarre! You make your way into the castle. The young guard walks in. He mentions to some servant, and she runs off. Well, you guys are inside the foyer of the Castle of the Storm. You see there's lots of wooden crates that are being moved around, lots of weapons that have been brought up from stores. There's a lot of effort to try to rebuild the structure of government and everything that's been lost within the city when Shale attacked. Doesn't take too long when a old man comes walking down the corridor, who you know as Lord Endemore, and he has a big smile on his face, and he says, "Well, hello! It's good to see you."
It's been a minute, yes.
Good to see you too. How's everything been going?
It's been busy. Tell us news. What's happened?
Oh, busy doing what?
Trying to rebuild the city.
And how's it going?
It's been challenging, but with the help we've received this morning and with you, the sky's the limits. Where have you been?
What help did you get this morning?
Well, well, well. If it isn't the Defenders of Navarre. Jesus. All hail, Sir Piercy. And hail to you,
What are you doing here?
Balik. A
Didn't you
pleasure as
leave
always.
this city with your tail between your legs?
I don't think that's exactly how it went.
That's how I remember it.
There was confusion about who was in charge, and now the Queen has sent us here to help great King Phaon rebuild Mirskan. The Order of the Vigilant is always here to help. We're always there when we're needed. And of course, we're needed here. As you can see, this town was left defenseless.
Sorry, the chat is furious right now.
Even by the defenders. Though you already know that it's always good to have a member of the Order of Vigilant with you.
Well, it's
Of
good
course.
to have one member of the Order of the Vigilant.
I mean, you
It's
stayed
not you.
alive. We always work to keep ourselves and the folks who are with protected. As you are, of course, alive because of the
Where
one
were
have.
you
Yeah.
when the dragon had destroyed Mirskan then, huh?
Oh, we
You were
working.
hiding.
Lord Endemore interrupts and says, "I think the king's ready to see you all now," and motions all three of you. That is Palik, Piercy, and Sir Kendall of the Order of the Vigilant into the king's throne room. You are escorted inside. There are a couple more guards in there. Lord Endemore comes in but stays to the back, and you see King Phaon there. A crown on his head. He's writing some stuff on some papers. He sees you all, waves you in with a hairless arm, and says, "Welcome, come in, come in."
Piercy walks in, takes off his hat, bends a knee, bows. My king, it's good to see you.
Sir Kendall steps right in front of Piercy, just a half
Oh.
step, takes off his hat and bows
Oh.
just a little bit lower and says, "My liege."
And Pierce is like a small creature, so that's really,
Yeah,
really
super
low.
really low.
He's breaking his back.
Piercy
It's an honor to be.
Piercy
your
stands
kingdom
up
again.
and walks in front of Sir Kendall and puts his boot just on top of Sir Kendall's head, standing there. Yes, we've been gone, but isn't nice to be back.
Sir Kendall stands up and fixes his coiffed hair.
Palik does a modest bow and says, You liege? How have you been? We haven't seen you in a while.
It seems like only yesterday, but it's maybe have only been yesterday. No, it's good to see you. I, as always, am always confused by the number of the defenders. I hope the others are well.
Yes, they're fine. Yes, preoccupied at the moment, but they're here.
And Sir Kendall, you and your entourage of knights, I hear, have come to bequeath some time and energy on behalf of your queen.
Yes, absolutely. We are here to support you in all ways that you need, King. We're here to help rebuild, we're here to help defend and make sure that no other types of invaders or, heaven forbid, a dragon ever comes back to Mirskan again.
Come, sit down. And he points to a large table where there's maps and pages and documents. And the four of you sit around. The ultimate Mirskan restructuring quorum of Fiercey Philique. Sir Kendall and King Phaon sit down.
I really want there to be like a spiritual presence there that's just
An old knightly presence flipping him off. And he continues on some ramblings about, and then we need to have more resources set aside for emergency rationing and supplies in case anything comes up again like this. We're heading into better weather. Things are much better, and I'm guessing that is due in no small part to you.
We are humbly honored to say we have dealt with the winter that was affecting the entire land. It should be okay for now, my king.
Well, we are in your debt again.
It's an honor, it's no debt. We serve at your pleasure.
Agreed. It's good to see people out and about in the city again. It's bustling more than we've seen it do in a long time.
Yes, the people are returning, and you hear from back at the door Yendamore say, and calling out their names, the defenders of Navarre. Is that so?
Yeah. It was a little awkward, honestly.
She says, putting down a burlap sack of ham.
Yep.
Yes, your name has been called throughout the lands. There are many that call to you, many others that have called for you. But it's good to see that you've done some great work here. And of course, we're able to reopen trade routes now, and we can welcome villagers back in and keep getting to the work at hand.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that, Sir Kendall?
No.
Oh, yeah, I don't either. There's nobody calling your name. Because nobody needs you.
It's very interesting to come from someone who seems to adventure so far and take so many chances with so many lives, whereas others stay and defend and protect.
Oh, what were you defending? What were you protecting?
Well,
Your own ass.
Yeah.
Calavier and Canabrin is in perfect order.
Because of you?
There are several people that are still alive and still well taken care of, and we didn't have to worry about a dragon attacking our town.
Yeah, you didn't help anybody defeat that dragon either. You sat in your own home on your own thumbs right up your ass.
Well, we've had quite a bit of fights, and again, as the Order of the Vigilance, we stayed true to our name and protected all the people that we are vowed to protect.
Good job.
And we are glad to hear that, Sir Kendall. I know we have great need in policing of this city. We lost our captain of the guard several weeks ago and could use your aid in training up a new force of guards.
I'm here to serve, my king. I also have brought others of the Order with me as well.
How many?
I can tell you that there's at least 20 heads here, and we can bring another 50 more as necessary. The Queen has made it very clear that she is at your disposal and is here to help and assist in any ways that you need. Of course, providing that we're increasing the trades again.
That sounds excellent. That is exactly what we need. Lord Endemore can work with you to immediately put you and your men to use throughout the city. We have the houses. Each of the 4 houses have returned in strength and are each offering their services. House Nakor, Relmar, even House Vass have offered to at least police and reorganize the docks and help with the shipping that was destroyed out there. The city is coming back. We will certainly need your help.
I am absolutely here to provide all services that I can in the best ways that we can.
And any news or word about the threat of the dead from Calavier?
The word that we have heard is that there are among the living, and there's certainly a large number up north. However, we have not seen major threat in Calavier. Nothing that we haven't been able to handle. We've maintained all of our Rembrandts and kept everything strong in the fortifications, and you won't see anything so currently coming down this way by any means.
My liege, we were with the dead on our fights in the north, and there are many, and they are coming this way, and Sir Kendall, he has not seen even the tip of this dead sword as I'm marching down through Varennes. It won't be long until they're here. The snow is gone. We took care of Charais and of those magics. But the dead, they're still coming. And Sir Kendall will be calling on us soon to help defend Calavier.
Your words may be truer than you know. Yendamore comes over and hands him a missive, a message. We received this just recently from a warden in the north, and it talks about the situation up in Iveron. Here, I will read it. And he reads the message. Could you read the message so it has the proper voice?
My king, I continue to aid Iveron and help them recover. Though the Colium army is gone, a new threat is on Iveron's borders. The forests and hills between Iveron and Dakareth are swarming with walking corpses. While they are numerous, they do not continue their march into Iveron. The dead have stopped their assault on Iveron just when they had the kingdom at their mercy. They stand in rows and lines, not moving, just swaying for days now. A faint, sickly green energy wafts off the dead up into the sky. The energy slowly ebbs away in long strands, almost like a faint, green river in the air that head east beyond Iveron for miles and miles. I followed some of these strands for a while, but ran into too many undead who responded violently when I got close to them. It's like they're partially asleep. The dead are here in Iveron, but they wait for something. I will continue to aid Iveron until the dead retreat, or I hear word from you. Signed Indrasil, Captain of the Wardens.
So, I think you are prophetic in your words, Sir Percy von Skeetenlever.
Yes, I'll take a cough drop for that. It's okay, don't worry.
Also, you might see a raised eyebrow from Sir Kendall upon hearing the title of Sir Percy being tossed about as well.
Yeah, the actual sir. It was mocking when he did it.
So, the threat still looms north. Iveron is weary and tired. They have lost many men. Calavier, by the sounds, holds strong. We hear not what has happened from the dwarves since the defenders were last there. What is your plan, Palik and Sir Percy? Where do you strike next? I have my thoughts, but I always will take the counsel of the defenders.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that we have a threat to the north that we must deal with. A threat that poses great danger to the city, if not immediate attack on the northern sections of Navarre. I think a threat we can all agree needs to be squashed and not just pushed back, not just isolated, but destroyed. And I'm particularly thinking of you, Sir Percy, as you have dealt with Shale before. We cannot let this dragon remain in our kingdom any longer. Look at what it has done to this city. Look how we are struggling to recover. It will take years to recover. We were in a bad situation when I took over from the council, and now this. And now this dragon lies still within my borders to the north. I think it is time we gather our forces. Perhaps 20 well-trained knights and some brave defenders, and we slay ourselves an old red dragon.
My king, we had the assistance of this Chael when we defeated the greater dragon in the north, the Charais. And I have, nobody wants to see the Chael dead more than me. But I think for now, he is our friend and can help us on the north border against these undead.
Pardon me. Is the great defender of Navarre stating that you have made a compact with a dragon, and you intend to continue to let the dragon to live? The one
Sir
who
Kendo,
destroyed King Phaon's
there are
kingdom.
more things in this world than you know. There are things I have seen that I never thought existed. Things on different planes and different realms. Different powers you know not of. For now, it is in our best interest to keep as many friends as possible against this fight of the evil.
And how is this dragon our friend? This dragon that has destroyed the most beautiful temple in our city. This dragon that has laid waste to district after district.
If I may, the dragon, he was a provoked. He was a sleeping, but he was a provoked, and he came down after he was attacked.
And attacks my city, and you just want him to get away with it?
No, sir. I want him to meet the same fate that my family met here in Muscon, that you have met, that our people in our city has met, and he will. I will see to it. But it's not time yet. It's not time because there's a bigger problems to the north, and not to be mentioned to the south, in Azimir and Zexa. We've heard there's a great magics and problems there. The allies we have down there they're in trouble too.
Your Highness, if you take 4 different battles across 4 different fronts,
I
you
feel
will
the
lose
same
4
way
different
as
wars.
Piercy. That yes, the shale will have to be dealt with at some point. But look at the letter you just got from your warden in the north. That those armies of dead might be silent for now, but what happens if they get back on the move? They'll do far more damage to your kingdom than Shale will. And Shale right now is content. He's content with the deal we made with him. So we will take care of Shale, but let's let him. You ever heard of revenge is a dish best served cold? Let him forget about us, and then when we have dealt with other problems that are threatening your kingdom, we will take Shale in surprise.
If this dragon actually made a compact with you, who's to say he won't do it again with this undead army you claim is so great?
I think you know not much about the dragons and their words, their honor, if you couldn't call it that. But I know that as much as I wanted to end his life, I had to trust him. And because of that, we prevailed. Because of that, there is no more snow and cold Because of that, we have more time.
He held up his end of the bargain.
And what bargain have you made for him to protect versus the dead?
We haven't.
Let me go, and I can speak to him. Maybe Yaru, he was the one. Maybe I get him to go too. And we will speak to Chell.
You should come with us, Kendall. You could see this dragon for yourself.
If it's so easy to speak to a dragon, why didn't you have the conversation before he destroyed your king's great city?
We were in the east. We were protecting your kingdom.
I think not. You were probably doing your own sort of treasure hunting and diving for gold again, as you so want to do.
You did not see the undead coming through the mountains.
Oh, I'm sure I
Where
did.
the dwarves, their tunnels and strongholds were protecting Calivier. We were there and fighting them and helping them. You've no idea, Kendall.
Sir Kendall, if you please.
No, just Kendall.
Your Highness, I do not want to meet at an impasse. My sword is with you, and if you command it, me and all of my men will ride with you to defeat the dragon and to take it down and to free Mirskan from this threat that you have had, so that we may continue to build and create order.
Piercy takes a knee and looks up at King Phaon.
Okay.
My king, I've been here, my whole family been here, protecting you, protecting the Storm Castle. I have joined this group at your leave, and in doing so, have protected this land. Not just Navarre, but Iveron and Decaris and Calivier and all the lands. They all get our protection. And it's because you. It's because you have let me go. You have let us go. And you've put our trust. You've put your trust in us. And here you are. Here the city is a-growing. It's a-living. It's not an easy fight, but it's one that we are still here to fight for. If you will trust that we can still prevail, I would be honored to continue to defend not just you, all of Mirskan, and all of Navarre, and all of Varennes. And you, King Phaon, you will be known as the king who saved not just Navarre, but all of Varennes.
He looks at the Yosoki kneeling before him, then looks across the table at the knight from Calivier with 20 other knights behind him at his call, and then looks back at the Yosoki at his feet. Piercy, make a diplomacy roll +3.
First roll of the night, I think.
Okay.
You're crafty.
Natural 20.
Kendall just goes, mother!
Kendall flips the table.
I like to think of it more.
You brought me in to guest star, and this is what happens? Come on!
Oh, well done.
You can't even say my country right.
Really, I was fired 3 weeks ago.
He's desperate for work. He's been fired. Oh my god. He has 2 fat old knights, not 20. Things are bad for Kendall.
They all just scoot over to Piercy's.
Talk to the king. Don't make me look bad.
Sir Piercy, your words reach an old heart that I did not think could be stirred. I have made many good judgments, but one of my poorest ones, one of my most recent failures, was not listening to a defender when speaking of Shale before. And I will not make that mistake again. Let us hold off. Let us deal with this other threat. Let us focus on rebuilding. I trust in the deal that the defenders have made with Shale, and that we will deal with this dragon at another time. Sir Kendall, you spoke earlier this morning of some sort of message or item that you had brought with you from Calavier.
Yes. This was an interesting find that we
A
had.
sofa.
Called a blender.
So,
Chop chop.
the towers of Scourgeonar that you spoke of earlier from messages that we received from you regarding the defenders and their investigations. We found one that was in Calavier, and the wizards of Canterbury scoured the tower, not far from the Castle of Thano, where we were looking at it. And there they found a ghostly figure who led the wizards to a small chamber that was, as we understood, filled with rotten books and many things that they couldn't read or were already destroyed. However, there was a single tiny key. Not a very large thing. It looks like it's one that's usually used for a book clasp or perhaps a purse. Or it's a very, very small key. But there's one word that's written on the key. Inglorious. We have not been able to find any lock for it. We have not been able to find any other books for it. But I was told, in case we encountered you and or the defenders, to bring the key here so that you may identify it or use it as necessary. Here is the key. And Sir Kendall places the key down on the table.
He takes a look at it. It's a tiny little old key. Looks rusted and has letters carved in it. That's in the language of Old Byzrin that he does not recognize. And he looks it over. I don't know what this represents. But perhaps some of our more skilled members of the defenders might. Do you not have with you a brave wizard?
We do. The bravest of wizards.
I think then perhaps this druid might have use of this key.
Still a little salty in Titanic.
There has been a lot of damage done to the city, but everyone here knows your name. Everyone here is at your disposal. There is not much left. There are not many wizards left within the city. If your friends have arrived, you have probably doubled the amount. But we do have a few scattered priests of Solene who might be of use. We have the archives of Carahel with much to research. We have houses you could contact with. If this is of value, Sir Kendall, perhaps our heroes should go to this tower and discover it for themselves.
Yes, that would be allowed. I could certainly send a message to Canterbury and we could allow the wizards to join them and or show them where the tower was if necessary.
It's the tower that we've been to.
I think yes. We have been to the tower.
Then you'd have no need
Correct.
of my messages.
I don't need anything from you.
I'm glad I could be of service. While they are off, certainly investigating these clues as they're so good at doing, Your Highness, I would let you know that we will still be here to help protect and defend and build Mirskan. And again, my 20 men are with me now, and we can bring others in as you need.
We will put that score of men to use immediately. Lord Endemore, work here with Sir Kendall, and let us begin earnest recruiting and rebuilding of the City Watch. We will need training. We will need hiring of the best that we have available, which is mostly older men and younger men.
All my knights are also very skilled in land management, business work, and continuations of trade. So we can certainly build up and create that infrastructure again, really solidifying that path between Calavier and Navarre.
Was that like a bragging for yourself through your men?
Just saying, as knights go, we understand a lot of shit.
All right.
My 13 men.
We're excellent stylists.
And a florist. One's a florist.
He says, very well. Then I will wait upon word from you defenders then. Send word upon what your next move will be. I will station a guard next to your location 24 hours a day in case you have any word you need to send. Son of a bitch, you hear from outside.
Yeah. that key, can I borrow it and show it to our wizard?
This is your key, Sir Kendall.
Perhaps your wizard can come here and investigate it here while it's under the protection of the castle.
Okay.
Perhaps all of the defenders may be able to come the next time the king calls their presence.
Do you know this language? The king hands you the key, Palik.
I do not know this language, but
Sir Kendall, gather your 20 men immediately with Lord Endemore. And Lord Endemore comes over and starts bringing out a map and talking with you. Let's deploy here and here, and then where do you think would be a good place for a training ground, and how long are you going to stay? And he starts doing a bunch of
while
logistics.
that is happening, Piercy grabs the key and puts it in his
that key
mouth.
was pocketed so quick. But yeah, I'll give it to. I'll let.
He's
Piercy
fighting
have
over
it.
how to hide it. Who gets to hide it?
Okay.
You guys keep doing magic tricks away from each other, stealing
Yes.
it from each other over and over again.
Done. And Lord, the King Phaon comes over to you, Piercy, and says, I am grateful for your service, and I am humbled by the work and bravery shown by you and your allies. What you have done in slaying Char Ice shall go down in history.
I cannot take all the credit, but I will let the others know. And we will come to see you again soon. My king, if I may, I ask you be careful there with Sir Kendall. I do not trust him, and maybe he can help Navarre. Maybe he can help rebuild and protect Demirskan here. But be careful. His words, they may be sweet, but I think his intent is bitter.
He looks across the table as Sir Kendall's still busy looking over a map with Lord Endemore, and he says, I will heed your words and know that we are in dire need of help. But I know if something were to go afoul, we would be able to rely upon you.
You will, and we will come out of this alive, as my oath to you.
Then good luck in your adventures, and let me know what your next plan of action is.
Thank you, my king.
We will. One note: I've had a couple days of downtime recently, and going through my catalog of things, I came across something that I meant to give you months and months and months ago. And Palik pulls out of her bag of holding this painting that we found on a sunken ship in Adventure 28 of the king with someone else that we don't know. And I present it to the king.
All right. He takes a look at it.
32 adventures later.
28.
Only
Mandolin
9
Bay
days.
wreckage, maybe? I'm just curious.
I don't think it's anything, but
This is a ship near the island of the dead.
Oh, yes. The other is a painting of a young King Phaon standing beside an older man in the Castle of the Storm, dated 20 years ago. The king looks at it and says, "Where did this come from?"
it was in the Thousand. We found it in the Thousand Isles, and it was just a striking, handsome picture of you that I thought you might want it.
I believe this was on the emissary ship. I wonder whatever happened to her. Gets quiet. I think
Seas are dangerous.
nature's mistress.
Yep.
I thank you, Palik. This is my father and I from long ago.
Oh, that's nice.
This is a good sign of bringing back the city to its former glory. I will hang this proudly. You hang this proudly. He points to someone.
Sir Kendall.
All right, you guys head off and are heading, I assume, back to the Nexus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you head back to the.
Have a couple words with Kendall, but that's fine.
You head back to the Nexus, and as you do, there is a crowd of maybe a dozen people swarming.
Oh my God,
you.
it's them!
They're so excited. There's fresh apples that are being thrust into your hands in a bowl that can barely hold them, and you're just being given gift after gift. A bolt of some very, very white cloth has been given to you. And you just being piled on more and more
little
stuff.
kids pushing apples into Piercy's mouth.
Like, how many can fit? And then it just starts to get like creepy. How many? Oh, okay, that's too many.
It's Chubby Bunny every time.
Kids saying, I want to be a defender, and how do I join? And so excited as you guys go along. And Palik, you feel a little movement in your pocket as you are being picked. Your pocket is being picked.
I feel like I should have defenses against this. I'm gonna nonchalantly turn to see who's doing it.
You turn, you see no one, but this crowd. You look closely, and you don't see anyone. You check your little pocket area and realize you haven't been picked. There is a little vibrating pin type thing going on.
Oh my
Son of a
goodness!
And we will take our break there, and we will be back in a couple minutes. All right. You feel that buzzing, and you know that is the buzzing of a Meyer pin, Palik, a magical device that points you towards a magic shop whose doorway changes from time to time to time. These are very rare pins. I think everyone has one but one of you?
I don't think a lot of us.
We were talking about it off camera, and I believe it's just Sildren and Xander who originally had him.
I was just gonna say, when's the last time we met him? Because that'll kind of tell us. Was it when we met those like circus people or something?
No, man, this was in Tavernry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Ignal and.
Yeah.
Really? Even far back then?
Oh yeah.
I thought.
It's
Because
been
I
a
got
long
Palik
time.
got her Meyer pin when she looted Ignal.
Yep.
How do you feel about
Not
that?
untrue.
I mean, Palik's never gonna be guilty about
Anything?
looting someone.
Or killing.
Let's keep the continuity in saying she has somehow acquired Sir Brenrose's pin.
Not Ignal's?
Oh, and I think he's saying and.
In addition to.
Oh, both. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you
So I
have,
have these
you have
two
a
that are
spare.
just like,
Yeah.
That mean you have
Pierce-
3 pins?
Piercy.
Eh.
Sildren told me what these do. Like, feel this, and I'll put one in your hand.
What
No.
is it?
Go get the rest of the group. Take that with you, and tell Sildren if it's probably not going to be vibrating in the Nexus, but tell him that just go get everybody else and bring them here. I'll stay here.
Pops it in his mouth and heads towards the Nexus.
Okay.
It tickles.
Pop rocks.
And in the meantime, Palik's gonna poke around and see.
Go find the door.
Or start looking.
All right, you start looking, and the pin starts to buzz the closer and closer you get to it. And it is at a boarded up store that was some sort of carpentry, furniture related store and wood repair, but it's been half of it's been burnt. You can easily walk through some of the burnt rubble and get into what remains of the interior, but the front door is what's buzzing. And there are also maybe
there's a ton
eight
of
people right on you.
So
Where are you going next? What are you doing?
Palik's going to run around the corner, try to lose him, but run around the corner, and she's got a beret of disguise.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yes.
And what is this supposed to do?
Supposed
to do?
It's
two uses, and it will put the wearer in any uniform she chooses.
Okay.
So she's just going to put herself in
Opposite of Superman.
Yes. In a uniform of a town guard. Just something very vanilla, that's not
Sure.
going to attract attention.
You look like a young man in an oversized city guard.
Okay,
outfit.
perfect.
All right.
And then hopefully, the crowd comes around the corner and it's just
Yeah, and you yourself don't change, but you just do the heads, the spy heads.
Yeah,
look up and
yeah,
down,
yeah.
and they go running. No, she's over here. Oh my God, she's so fat. I think there she is. And they go running off.
Okay, perfect. I don't know how long this disguise lasts, but she's just gonna loiter around, holding this majestic pin and anxiously awaiting the rest of the group.
Okay.
She feels like if she goes in without the rest of the group, that it might tear open some fresh wounds.
Someone must open.
Sorry guys, it's all out.
So yeah, she'll.
Okay, what's happening with the rest of the group?
Xander, do you have any twos?
Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, speaking of twos, 1 hero point is given to Piercy and Palik.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And Sir Kendall, but not Jeremy. I always just hear lovey at the end of that laugh.
Can hero points be pickpocketed?
I think it would hurt somehow. It'd be like hair being pulled. Well, that was unlucky.
Use a hero point. All right. So if Piercy is back or on his way?
You can be back.
Piercy is back at the Nexus. Guys. Hey. Everyone.
We're right here.
Oh, hi.
What news from King Phaon?
Piercy spits out a pair of shoes. Oh, no, that's not the thing. And boop. Piercy spits out a key.
It's interesting.
Gross.
Okay.
It has a bird on it, and this is
You have to brush chunks of apple off the word, by the way.
it was given by the king to us. Xander, King Phaon says maybe you know what the key is.
Xander takes the key.
All right. Make a crafting or occult roll. Or Arcana -3.
And don't you have an ability that makes them all just exactly the same?
It's true. Yeah. It's true. all of my occultism, my religion, my nature, they all use my arcana
All right.
for that. So if I use occultism,
So pick one.
It would be Arcana straight.
yeah.
Okay.
That is a 13, so that's a 42.
Ooh. You identify this as a key to an old book clasp that may be magically locked, though not magically protected. Used, Jesus, 43. Used by old scribes and authors from the old Byzantine Empire time, the second age of this world, mostly.
Don't we have a book that's locked up?
One of the Nexus
Mm-hmm.
books.
Yes, to the Illistel. That book is locked up with that one. I think that we actually have a key for that.
And it also has the name, word, phrase.
Onirius?
Onirius, thank you.
Is that from that?
Xander reads Old Byron. Old Byron. So does he know the translation for that?
No, that is you.
That's
That's
a
the
name.
word. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the name of that feathered sage? Because I wasn't able to write it down. Because
I don't remember.
from my vision.
I don't think he said a name.
Okay.
Well, this is a very fascinating piece of history. Where did you get this?
The king, he gave it to me. It came from the tower. The tower in Calivier.
Where?
You know the fish eggs, the Calivier.
The tower. In the Calivier. We went to the tower.
In the Calida what?
Percy, stop shaking so much. Calm down.
Oh, it's probably not buzzing right here.
You mean the tower that you visited when you were going up to the Shadow Hall?
Yes.
The Scourge Tower?
Yes.
This came from that?
Yes.
How did the king get it?
Oh, yeah. Sir Kendall, he's back. He's a helping King Phaon to rebuild the city and train a new guards.
You know, he's not so bad of a guy. I kind of think if we get to know him, he might be really helpful as a part of... Why is everyone looking at me like that?
No, he's a motherfucker.
That came through clearly.
Yeah.
Accent drops.
He gets real serious.
A little bit of a Brooklyn comes up.
Unblinking stare. All right, well, this is great. Maybe this will give us some more information about the Scourgear and maybe the Scorial passages.
Xander, can you keep it safe?
Oh, yes.
You sure?
Sure.
Okay.
Nothing safer than the Nexus.
True. Okay.
We should probably keep it with us when we travel.
Can't take the Nexus with you. What a silly goose.
The key.
Percy,
Oh!
where is Palik?
Oh, yeah.
And the buzzing fades.
And Percy spits something else out of his mouth. I believe she gave me this.
The Meyer pen?
Is it this?
Yes.
She gave me this and said, you all need to come.
We
Really?
should do that then.
No, he's left with papers flying in the air, the door flapping.
Yeah.
In his head, it's all been like, let's think about.
Percy, I don't understand how this is supposed to help us. We need to be looking for more powerful weapons in here.
Sanders' head explodes in frustration.
Common occurrences last week.
Over and over again. Xander chases Sildred out of the Nexus.
All right.
Bali, you coming?
Bali doesn't have a pin.
Neither does Yaru. That's not stopping him.
Come regardless, please.
Bali
There
will
may
follow
be
along.
opportunity.
Police said all of us should come.
Bali follows along.
You may not be able to participate, but you may. Who knows?
And yeah, so
Maybe,
Piercy. I guess Piercy is with Bali and Yaru trailing behind Sildren and Xander.
Yes.
All right.
I'm like
You have
scooting
no
Bali
idea
along.
where Palik is, but I guess you guys have your pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Enhanced
I mean,
gentle
probably wherever
repose
that
is
vibrating is.
I mean, Piercy knows where to
Yeah.
where to go to get
And
back.
I'm sure we can decipher Palik out of the crowd better than
Well,
an NPC could.
I mean,
She's wearing that hat. of
Sildren knows
disguise.
where she is.
She's got those
That's
glasses.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sildren knows where she is. Xander knows what she smells like. You know, we know.
That's
What
right.
Ah,
You gotta dig that.
Yeah,
tracker
you're.
out of my
Yeah,
arm.
you are low jack.
Yeah, when she
about
gets
that.
lost, the vet scans you. To get the...
And use some of that vengeful wolf to get it.
All right, you guys head out. Those of you who are not Piercy are inundated by a celebrity status of tons of people swarming around you. Yaru, I'm sure that you do not revel and enjoy that based on what I know of you.
Yaru has a couple of skills that help for situations in which he needs to be sociable.
Flurry of
but-
blows.
Flurry blows.
2-inch punch.
But the praise and all of the people coming up to him and like petting his fur and stuff, it really makes him, it unsettles him quite a bit.
Gotcha. Bali, how are you handling
He wishes he had a beret. I'm just gonna.
these 20, 30 people following you, cheering you on?
So Bali is being treated with great
Yeah.
reverence and all this?
You guys are, they tried to get ahead, but they hit this wall of crowd, and now it's like the 5 of you are going in like this bodyguard situation with this crowd around you. There's a woman right now thrusting a little towel in towards your face. Kiss my baby!
You know that scene from I think it's Naked Gun when like all these people at the airport keep approaching.
That was airport. Was that airport?
Was it airport?
Airplane?
Bali's not
Yeah,
handling it
airplane,
well.
yes.
In fact, so much so he casts repulsion.
You're going to cast repulsion. How much
Yes.
damage does that do?
It does no damage, but anything that is within 40 feet of me has to make a will save or get pushed back.
All right. It starts to build and build. Bali can't take it anymore. And what do you say as you cast repulsion?
Get back! Nah, nah, nah. And then this.
Then boom.
I like to think of it as just this gentle swelling. But
I like to think of it as Neo and the collision right at the end and all the rain. Yeah. That's the gentleness I'm picturing. So people are blasted back like frail wheat, and they all fall back. Some of your friends are like getting up off their knees, and everyone's quiet.
Guess
Bali
he didn't
keeps-
want to
Well,
kiss
that'll
the
make an
baby.
impression.
Where's my
it's perfectly on top of this bubble. It's just floating in the air.
Yaru will quickly find an apple box or something and just kind of stand above head above the crowd and just kind of calm everybody down using no cause for alarm real quick, along with Bali's security fence. And he'll just say, "Everyone, please. What we have done
is called dubstep.
It's a new fad. What we have done was only to help you rebuild this city. We do not do it for praise or reward. Our reward is to be treated normally as one of you. Please, let us go in peace. Be well." He'll step down.
All right. The people heed your words or heed Bali's repulsion. You're not sure which. But they kind of just rub their heads and kind of just meander off, watching what's going on. And you guys are left on your own. And you make your way over and are accosted by a young lad in a city guard uniform who says what as he arrives?
Hey, fuckers!
No, please, I just said.
Have you found the entrance yet?
Yes, right here.
Where's Palik?
Cheers.
Xander leans in and kisses the boy.
Put that on a
That is-
flashcard.
Episode title right there.
Kisses the boy.
Yaru is stunned one.
But
And
judgmental 0.
And Sildren is repulsed.
Let's. So
Is that the
Whoa.
custom here?
Whoa, and I'll like tip my soldier hat or whatever the hell.
Like change your hair.
It's
Me.
So who? I don't know what this place is. You just told me about it the one time, Sildren, when I showed you the pin.
Yeah, you will like it a lot. But
That's
you
what
have
you
to
said.
pay for things and touch them
Yeah,
not.
I got a pocket full of coin here.
Uh-huh.
This is gonna be so great! You guys have never seen this before!
What do
This
we
is like
do?
taking you to my favorite store,
What's your favorite store?
Myers!
Oh yeah.
We are short a Meyer pin for one of us.
2, right?
I just
No,
stand out here
because
then.
Sir Brenrose's was an extra one.
These 2 do not have.
Oh, that's right, because you're... Oh, yeah. So we're short, too.
Brenros and Yarrow.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, if one of you wishes to go forward,
Yeah,
See if
let's,
there is a path.
let's go in and I'll come back out.
Use
with-
your monocle. We may be able to
if it
speak.
if it works, I will contact Xana.
We'll come back out. We'll come back out with. We'll get more pins or something. We can trade off, whatever.
If we will see what we can do. Stay nearby, if
Ollie,
you
do
will.
you have any 2s?
You have
Volley.
to play 40 feet from.
Wally, are you able to stay nearby and not wander off?
Yeah, I can wait here
Mm,
and stand in the alley and.
Wait! Not me!
Everyone keeps wanting to turn down the street. Like, I just have a bad feeling about it. Go the other way.
All right, so I guess the four of us minus Yaru and Bali are gonna go follow the Meyer pins into wherever it says we need to go.
All right, the pins start to vibrate more and more as you approach this door of this abandoned former shop. And you open the door, but instead of seeing just inside of this rubble, it is pure blackness. And it is impenetrable by any sight or magic. You step through and find yourself in Meyer's Emporium. You are in a lavish room of red lights with exotic rugs. There are the brown tiled floor that's very glossy. There's an angular pond of harsh angles that runs down the side and then through the middle of the room, and it has little floating lilies. It smells of jasmine and other flowers. And then Sildren and Xander, you guys feel immediately that your magic will not function here.
Xana, come in, Xana. Houston to Xana.
There's no communication that is getting through.
This is the best.
Bali, I don't think he wants to talk to me right now.
Just beyond this is a sitting room at Meyer's Emporium. It is there's another chamber. The floor itself is of red cushions that you gently walk upon that is kept magically clean, even with your dirty boots.
And Xander, when we meet Meyer, if you may perhaps engage in some diplomacy with him to try to wrangle 2 more pins from him.
I think that's a part of what we can purchase. I don't
Excellent.
know if it's wrangleable, but yes. I will speak with him.
On the
Because
sides
I
of-
have rolled diplomacy and it does not do well according
On the sides of this are sofas that are built out of the floor that are raised up that are on the sides of the walls. There's drapery that's gold and red that hangs. It's almost like some Arabian Nights dream sequence. And you hear some footsteps approaching, and then they get quiet as Meyer enters the cushioned floor. He's a slightly short human male. He has a white robe on that hangs loosely with some gray speckles on it. And he walks in and he says, "Greetings, my friends. Welcome to Meyer's Emporium. I am at your service."
Meyer, it is a pleasure to see you again.
Yes, you are not new customers. I am quite familiar with you. It has been some time.
It has. I do have a couple of new friends as a part of my party who would like to join us, if that's all right. However, they are in need of some pins.
It is possible for that to be provided. However, there are two requirements. One, there is a steep price of 20 gold for each pin. And two, you and the person receiving the pin must both swear that they will never attempt to misuse the pin, hand the pin over to anyone else, or cause any trouble within the Emporium at any time.
I recall this the last time we purchased one of these, and I will absolutely swear to it, and they will do the same.
Then very well. And he returns with a platter, with a decanter and some cups, and pours you some amazingly cold, refreshing, pure water, and then has 2 Meyer pins that he slides over to you.
Great. I will be back.
That will be 40 gold, my
Oh,
friend.
I'm so sorry.
Palik gives him 50 gold.
All right, he takes that and gives you 10 back in change.
Okay.
Within moments, you have the rest of your party. Bali and Yaru, you two see the same scene that I have just described, and you are now in this cushioned sitting room being handed these silver cups with water.
Polly,
So I'm guessing
Don't
Dolly's
screw this up for me,
repulsion's
swear.
knocking stuff off.
No, your repulsion is gone.
Okay.
you need to swear.
Swear what?
Swear that you're never going to give this away, and you're never going to cause trouble while you're in here. This is really important to me.
What's it made of? The Meyer pin.
It's a pin, silvery pin. I think it had some colored jewel thing for the wings. It's like a little moth or butterfly type
Yeah, like a
shape, if I remember correctly.
This is a very fine little item. You know, I don't think I'll be letting it out of my sight anytime soon.
It's like a brooch, though, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah.
So
I will need you to swear upon that, sir.
swear what?
That you will.
Make a promise.
Of I'm not selling this thing.
That you will not sell or hand off this to anyone else but yourself, and that you will not stir up any trouble while within these walls.
Right. Okay, I promise.
I need you to swear upon that, sir.
Stickler for details.
It's really
Yeah.
important.
I will swear upon this that I do not steal, sell, or cause any trouble.
And you, sir?
Yaru will take the pin and place it on the new sash that he's been given, so it's kind of in the front, presentable. Excuse me.
This establishment is very fine, and you have my word that I will not besmirch it. I swear it.
And he says, very well, please feel free to leave your dirty weapons and uncomfortable armor here in the sitting room. And he stands by the door looking at all of you.
Zildren complies.
Okay.
Palik immediately drops their sword.
Okay.
Yeah, Yaru does something he's never done and unwraps his hand wraps.
Oh. And
They're just all
snaps at the wrist.
Yeah. Oh, I need
It's
to,
just all
I
wrinkly
need to
and
keep this. It's more of a brace. I need to,
And it's for the rest of the shopping.
do you have a magical shower that I can?
to start cleaning them.
And he says, very well. Coin is taken. Trades will certainly be taken into account. But before any of these transactions can begin, I must know, what is the rough range of coins that you have, so I know which vestibule to take you to.
But Palik dips her arm like up to the shoulder. And, like, we have exactly the lump sum of one small kingdom.
He says, oh, excellent. Very well. I have just the place to take you. And he walks down a corridor, and you can hear some little chimes ringing off in the distance. He walks past a room with an open door, and in it you see there is a shelf with all sorts of fun little knickknacks and items that are completely irrelevant to all of you, and that is the first room you've ever been to when you first visited this place. Then he goes past a second and a third room that you also recognize that you have seen before with much more impressive stuff. He ignores that and takes you past a fourth and a fifth to a sixth room and says, here we are.
Is that the last room?
There's one more.
Oh.
All right.
We're in the ambassador
What's,
suite. We need to go to the presidential.
What's in that one?
He says, things beyond imagination and price. Please come in. I'm sure we will find something that will suit your needs. And he opens up this door, and inside you see shelves upon shelves in this room with all sorts of items and doodads and goodies that catch your eye. Baubles, potions, weapons that are all quite exciting. I'm going to go through this list. I will do it out of character because we will get through it. It will still take some time. Those of you listening that don't want to go through a shopping spree, skip ahead maybe 20, 30 minutes. Totally fine. So if we want to hear the stuff that they're looking for, that's also fine. He also needs to know if there's anything that you guys want to trade now.
Piercy has a keen rune that he could trade if it's of any value.
Yeah. That's the basic keen rune,
Yeah.
correct?
Probably the one that was supposed to go on Soldern's weapon. at some
Oh,
point.
never mind.
But it's fine. It never got there. So,
Okay, you can sell that. That is 3,000 gold.
I'll take that.
I'm gonna keen something.
You have a keen rune, Sildren.
No,
You do. You need
Soldern,
one.
it's yours. What do you want to do with it?
Well, we'll see what's. Can we maybe bargain after we see what's
Anything else you
going
guys
on?
want to trade?
Yeah,
Not
Xander.
yet.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Xander has 4 wands he wants to trade in, and a couple of scrolls.
Okay. What are the ones?
Wand of Fire Shield.
Fire Shield is a spell.
It is a wand that casts the spell.
Fire. Yeah, I just gotta look it up. Fire Shield. What level? That level's level 4. I believe so. Wand. Oh my goodness, this is challenging to do. Wand. Magic wand, level 4. That's 700 gold.
Great. Wand of Manifold Missiles, which is the 5th level.
It's 5th level? No, it's a. I think it's a special. It's a special one. A 5th level spell, Manifold Missiles. That's 3,000.
Cool.
Are you appraising or selling?
I'm selling these. Yeah. Wand of Overflowing. Ooh, no, I'm going to keep that one. You heal a lot, but sometimes. Wand of Grease.
Grease is a level 1?
Yeah.
Probably.
Wow. We can get rid of that.
It's a classic.
It's been around for a while, but
No,
like,
you should mount it and put it in our room.
I can,
It's 160 gold.
Now it's our
160.
room?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't
for
know
sure.
that.
You guys,
She snuck it in there. She
everybody
also-
got lucky that I wasn't here last week, or there would have been,
Including Xander.
yeah, there would have been a scene. Only including Jeremy, 'cause I was prepared to make everybody a little uncomfortable.
Unbeknownst to Xander, Palik has already changed her Facebook status, and
committed.
I just moved a few things in.
Yeah, that's it for me.
And that,
I have a bark skin potion I would like to sell.
he says to Xander,
Oh, sorry. And that?
excitedly, as you are taking the gold from him and messing around with all the goodies that you have. A trade for that, perhaps?
What's he referring to?
He doesn't touch, but points at the black cube rectangle thing.
Oh, the one that I've been carrying around.
Oh, I thought you gave that back to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Master Yaru should
Then
have
he
it.
doesn't point. Ignore me.
Piercy has a necklace.
There's no way in hell he's gonna give you the name of it.
It is a necklace he got from the Char Ice battle, I believe. Off of Char Ice's
yeah.
corpse, I believe.
Have we even identified it?
Nope.
Can we maybe do that first, Xander?
Xander.
Yeah.
Can't use magic.
As it's changing hands.
Oh. Does Xander need magic to identify it, though?
It's our
Identifying magic.
We can say it happened ahead of
Maybe our
time.
Arcana roll.
Okay. So what is this necklace?
Okay, this is Char Ice Scale Amulet.
It's a Char Ice scale amulet.
That's going to. Okay, stop. This amulet is made from the scales of the legendary Char Ice. When you wear it and you invest in it, you gain resistance 5 to acid, cold, electricity, fire, and poison. If you take damage from any one of these types, the amulet grows brightly, And then you gain resistance against that type of damage at 20 for 10 minutes. Oh, if you take damage from a dragon's breath, from a dragon, if a dragon breathes one of those, then it goes up to 20. And then if you're ever subjected to a dragon's frightful presence, you roll your saving throw twice and take the highest of the effects.
Yeah. So you roll with advantage.
And finally, you can spend 2 actions once per day and blast out an aura that terrifies all foes in a 60-foot radius with a dragon presence of themselves, and they have to make a DC 34 save to resist being frightened.
Wow.
I would suggest not. So.
Piercy has that on.
Okay.
Never mind. He does have a Charai scale.
He does not want that.
Okay.
How about a bark skin potion?
That he will take. 15 gold. 1-5.
Big money.
Remember the first time we were here?
Uh-huh.
That would have been big ass money.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
Yaru will sell the trumpet whistle that he was given, like
We don't
first
have
time he
need
met.
for
I
that
think
here.
That he does not want.
that's fine. He'll throw it in with
That's too bad.
the fortification rune and the keen rune.
Fortification
All these
rune.
keen runes.
Fortification
I don't
rune
know.
is 2,000 gold, and the keen is
A
3.
fortification rune.
Yeah.
Sounds impressive.
Fort,
It is.
Fort is 2, keen is 3,000.
Okay.
Y-
And
And by the way, just think back 60, 70 adventures and just throwing around 2,000,
yeah.
3,000 gold right
2,000
now.
gold, yeah.
Jesus
and
Christ.
the magical ore, the black box.
The ore, he says, you understand my prices are not negotiable, but I would like to get my hands on that. I have many buyers for that.
15.
My prices are not negotiable. 30,000 gold is what I will pay for that.
It is yours.
Oh, you don't know it. Okay.
He takes it and gives
There,
you
got it.
Yeah.
Twitches.
gives you 30,000 Yaru, who then donates it $1 million. I don't know. All right.
He just tosses it into the next room. What is the fortification room? I might intercept. I just want to hear it.
When you get hit with a critical strike on a flat, you roll, and on a flat DC 17 check, it becomes a regular hit
It's an armor rune that
on
can
your armor.
that can 20% chance to negate criticals into successes.
Okay, so your cleric, who is the most squishy, should have something like that, shouldn't
But
Okay, I didn't know if you had
we
one or
might
not.
see something better.
Yeah.
I have no money, so
You
it's trading
do
back and
have
forth.
a
I mean,
shit
money
ton.
is irrelevant in this conversation.
As,
All right, I'll sit.
as
all
much
intents
money
and
as he
purposes.
just got, Pleek's bag of holding is got more.
Yeah. But if you want it,
No,
I'll give it to you.
Let's see what happens.
We're gonna walk out of here as poor men. Like,
All right.
coin-wise.
Any other trading
in
going
spirit.
on? Going once.
Probably sell that keen rune. Probably, but
All right,
again.
it's there.
And,
3,000
yeah.
whenever you want.
if Xander's gonna fight me for it, I'll give you the ore, but it's 30. So
I did,
I'll give
So-
Xander a look.
What can be done with this ore?
This is ore that is designed to, well, I mean, Meyer could tell us more, but it's designed to really enhance equipment and items and properties. You want something super good and super magical? This is what's used to get it there. All of these things, maybe even that room next to us, comes from that.
Do we have the skills or the time in this group to manipulate this?
I don't think so. That's
Then it's more valuable in Meyer's hand and
But-
gold in ours.
I do know a forge smith or two.
We've met your smiths, Barley. I don't want to spend 8 hours dealing with iron, let alone a magical item.
They may be surly bunch, but they're very skillful. Just food for thought.
30,000.
All right, 30,000 it is. He then shows you the goods that are available in this store. And unlike other times, we don't have a giant screen here in the studio to show you guys. Anyone watching can see this on the video, just our players can't. So players, if you're not Tim who has a computer in front of him, you'll just have to write these down, the name and the prices, so you can go back on it. And again, anyone watching the video, you can have this here. I'm going to go through these items, and then Tim, as I say so, you can click or do the right arrow to move forward. So the first items are consumable items, so these are one use only. And I have it here. So the first item he has is a potion of flying. This is 1,000 gold, and it's one use only. When you drink it, you gain a fly speed of 40 feet for 1 hour, and you're good to go.
Huh.
Next is an elixir of life major. You have encountered one of these before, or a couple of these. It's 1,300 gold and heals you 8d6 plus 21 hit points, and gives you some saves versus disease and poison for 10 minutes. And there's multiples of these. If you need, you can all have a whole bunch of these. Okay. Flare beacon, 1,500 gold. For 2 actions, it's literally a flare. And it shoots an incredibly bright light up for a period of time to signal others to your location, coordinate assaults, request rescue, or other similar reasons. You can either place it on the ground in a space within your reach or toss it 60 feet straight up, and then it slowly falls down. Creatures that are within 30 feet of it have to make a DC 35 fort save or be dazzled, or possibly even blinded for 1 round. If
They
you
get bedazzled.
dazzled, not bedazzled.
Oh.
Another consumable for 3,000 gold. The prices go up, by the way, as we go down the list. For 3,000 gold is Blue Dragon's Breath Potion. You drink it, and for 1 hour after you drink it, you can unleash Blue Dragon's Breath weapon. As a single action, you create a 30-foot line of electricity that does 10d6 electrical damage. They can make reflex saves. And then I finally get to toss a 1d4 to see how long it recharges. Of course, everyone's favorite item and mine, the Celestial Peach. 3,000 gold. Eating one of these small red peaches can heal even one of the most grievous of injuries. So when you consume this peach, you are immediately affected by a 7th level neutralize poison, remove disease, remove curse, and regenerate.
Wow.
God.
That's like
Yeah.
having a regenerate in your pocket.
20 peaches, please.
So that's 3,000. Oh, you guys do have it on your screen right there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I
Perfect.
pulled up Twitch. Yeah.
Nice. All right, that was Celestial Peach. And the last one is the Energy Mutagen. 3,000 gold. This is a mutagen. It suffuses your body with energy. You gain resistance 20 to the attuned energy type. Whatever one you want to select. So that could be significantly huge. And then whenever you score a hit with a melee weapon, you add 2d6 damage of that type. You can choose electricity, fire, sonic,
wow.
that type of a stuff. And if you want, you can immediately expend that whole mutagen in one big blast of a 30-foot cone that does 3d6 damage, and it lasts 10 minutes. That one, and then you gain weakness 5 to the other energy types.
Oh, that's the mutagen part.
Yeah, it's acid, cold, electricity, or fire. So those are any questions about any of the consumables? Then we shall move on to the permanent items. These again will increase in price. The first one he has is a folding boat for 6,000 gold. It's a simple carved box that can open up into a boat or collapse down into a boat. It's more of like maybe a wand case, a little bit long. It's a foot long. And it creates a cutter ship that is piloted and crewed by ethereal sailors that come with it.
Wow.
You're at level 16.
Yeah.
Things get weird now.
And they're small items that are in the boat can be with 2 actions folded back into the boat as well. So you
All
have
the crew knows how to say is kombucha.
They're gonna only be able to say Captain Palik soon.
He has a rune available, an armor rune that is an anti-magic armor rune for 6,500. It gives you a permanent +1 status bonus to every saving throw against a magical effect. That's a spell or even a creature that does some sort of magical innate effect. It's a permanent +1 bonus. In addition, once per day, you can use your reaction when a spell hits you or catches you in an area, and you immediately counter it with a 7th level Dispel Magic and see if you can cancel it, which means you might cancel a spell that affects everyone because you're caught in it. But it is a plus 26 spell modifier for those of you who've cast Dispels before, so just know the higher up the magic, it won't keep up necessarily, but certainly not bad. That's anti-magic, 6,500. The next one, pretty simple. Here we go. Weapon potency, +3. +3 to the weapon to hit.
Whoa.
Nothing to do with damage, flat out hits. And that's what that would do. In addition, if you're doing a straight out swap, he can give you the difference and take your +2 for the +3 if you want to do that as well. I can give you that price difference later.
Nice.
Next one that he has is something called a Staff of Healing. Staff of Healing True. It costs 9,200. It is. It gives you a +3 bonus to any time you cast a heal spell using spell slots or charges from this staff. So that's +3 hit points every time. Small little bonus. In addition, it has a number of charges equal to your highest level spell you can cast, which is currently
8th.
Really?
Mhm.
Jesus. So it would have 8 charges, and it can cast Stabilize permanently as a cantrip, and then it has spells you can use with those 8 charges. 1st, 3rd, all the way up to level 7th. And for example, level 7 and level 6 are heals, regenerates, remove disease. That would be 7 charges or 6 charges. And that pretty much goes up and down. So level 3 is heal, remove disease. Level 2, heal, restoration, restore senses. You can just choose how you want to use those.
It's a replacement volley, is what it is.
Or a super volley.
Spare tire. Right?
Spare tire.
Spare tire.
All right, with the price rising dramatically to 13,000, are armbands of athleticism greater. At 13,000, you get a permanent +3 item bonus to athletics checks.
Ooh.
In addition, whenever you use an action to climb or swim and succeed at an athletics check, you get a +10 bonus movement to the climb or swims to help you speed along. So the big thing you're buying here is essentially a permanent bonus to your athletic score. Next one is the Cloak of the Bat, also 13,000. Several long strips of luxurious brown and black silk. It gives you a permanent +3 bonus to stealth checks, as well as acrobatics if you're trying to do maneuvers in flight, which I think has only happened once. Finally, you can use your feet to hang from any surface that can support your weight. And lastly, for 2 actions, and this is unlimited number of times per day, for 2 actions, you can transform the cloak into bat-like wings that grant you a fly speed of 30. You become Batman.
Wow.
And that lasts for 10 minutes, but then you can just do it again for 2 actions and have another 10 minutes. So you just unfold and you're Batman gliding around and flying around. Or for those 2 actions, you can turn into a bat.
Wally wants this. Wally wants
I think
this.
we all want this.
It's Cloak of the Bat. Next one is the Clockwork Helm for 13,000. Rotating gears cover the outside of this imposing helmet. And what you do is you must wind this up for 10 minutes once every morning when you wake up. You wind up the helmet. It has a calming and focusing effect with the clicking sounds on the mind. If you're ever suffering from a detrimental condition caused by a mental or emotional effect, charm, fear, crazy laughter, whatever it is, each round at the beginning of your turn, the gears unwind and reduce the value of the condition by 1.
Nice.
So fear would go down by 2, or maybe there's something that won't go down unless you make a save. It brings it down by 1 anyways.
Nice.
In addition, for 2 actions once per day, you fire a beam of withering heat from the helmet's eye slits at a target. Make a spell or ranged attack roll your choice, and the target takes 10d8 fire damage and is drained 2.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I assume this helm is metal of some sort.
Yes.
So Sildren would be unable to use it, correct?
Yes. Next is another armor rune. This is the Ethereal Armor Rune, 13,500. You attach this to your armor. For one action, once per day, you gain the effects of the Ethereal Jaunt spell, which means you travel to the ethereal plane, which overlaps your current plane of existence. So think Frodo walking around. He can still see what's going on, but he can't quite interact with it. You move at half your normal speeds. You can move through things in the normal material plane. You can see onto the plane only within 60 feet as you move around in this ethereal plane. You cannot affect it, but you also cannot be affected by it at all unless it's a force effect that would get you. When the spell ends, you return back in the material plane, and you might fall. If you're inside an object, you'll take some minor damage and get pushed out. So this is an armor rune. You'd spend one action once per day to phase into that for 10 minutes, and then you can return as a free action anytime. That definitely has some crazy uses. We have about 5 or 6 more to go. Next one is the Anklets of Alacrity at 15,000. These gem-studded golden anklets give you a permanent +3 bonus to acrobatics checks. When you invest in the anklets, you increase your dexterity score by 2.
Oh,
Wow.
What?
I don't know if you heard me. Your dexterity score goes up to 2, or if it is less than 18, it just goes up to 18.
Jeez. Okay.
It's expensive. And in addition, one action once per day, you click the anklets together to get a +20 status bonus to all your speeds and gain the effects of water walk for the next 10 minutes.
I have a question.
Jesus Christ.
How much would he take for the bracelet of dashing?
He can swap that. It's
Yeah,
not going to
I'll
be a
do that in a
ton,
minute.
but yeah.
I'll do that in a minute.
Anklets of Alacrity.
Does that +2 to dexterity +3 to
Yes.
Oh my god.
Acrobatics, not athletics.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics, yeah.
As long as the effects don't overlap, so circumstance, status, and item.
Yeah. So this would be an item. What's this Alacrity we just talked about, right?
Yeah.
It is it's a +3 item bonus to acrobatics checks. So if you have another item that gives you acrobatics
So my
bonuses,
boots, I have a +1 boots.
so you get a
like-
+2 increase overall to acrobatics.
Yeah, unless I get rid of those boots.
Then you would have a +3 if you got rid of
And if one's dexterity were 19, that would then go to 21, which would give an additional +1 bonus to all dexterity.
Pretty crazy. We're not done yet. Next is also for 15 grand, a belt of regeneration. When
Just hand those out like candy.
once you invest in this overnight, you gain 15 temporary hit points, and then you permanently increase your constitution by 2, or increase it up to 18 if it's below 18. In addition, once per day, you can spend one action. You tighten the belt 1 notch to regain regeneration at 15 hit points for 2d4 rounds only.
But you have to keep cinching it up.
Belt of regeneration. All right. The next one, 15,000, is the Circulet of Persuasion. You gain a +2 item bonus to deception and diplomacy checks. And your charisma increases permanently by +2, or up to 18 if it's below 18.
Oh my god.
Kids in the candy store. In addition, spend 2 actions once per hour, and you can cast a 4th level charm spell, which can help you when people that are kind of on the fence, negotiation wise.
So we're going to... I'm sorry, were there any more items?
Salik should have came in here by herself. What should have
Yeah, I was going to say, how much money do we have?
There are 3 more items.
Oh my god.
Next item is the Headband of Inspired Wisdom. Simple cloth headband that remains clean at all times, no matter the circumstances. When you invest in this item, you increase your wisdom score permanently by 2, or to 18 if it's below 2. In addition, one action once per day. When you are considering the course of action, you get a gut feeling about whether it's a good idea or not, and I must respond as though you've cast the augury spell and say that's a good idea, a bad idea, or there's no future outcome that I can determine. And reaction once per hour when you fail a saving throw against a confused, fascinated, or stupefied effect. You can re-roll and choose the better result. Headband of Inspired Wisdom. 2 more to go. Second to last one is the Luck Blade. 15,000. This is a +3 greater striking short sword, so it's a +3 with the normal damage that the short sword you currently have. So same short sword you have, but a +3. In addition, their hilts are covered in symbols of luck and clovers, horseshoes, that kind of stuff. As a reaction, once per day, when you miss a strike with the Luck Blade, re-roll the attack roll and use the new result.
Wow.
And then the last item we have is a weapon rune, and it is the Vorpal weapon rune for 15,000. As a reaction, no limit. As a reaction, when you roll a natural 20, so not a keen 19 to 20, but a natural 20, on a strike with a weapon, that is then a critical success. So it's got a godlike creature, it might not be a critical success, but you roll a natural 20, it's a critical success, and you deal slashing damage. There's one more requirement. The target must have a head. Once that happens, you do your normal, all your critical jazz, and then the target must make a Fortitude 37 save. If they fail to save, they are decapitated and killed.
Wow.
Yeah. Man.
What if they critically fail?
And just keep in mind, they have to have a head, obviously, or if they have multiple heads, that
And your
really won't help.
Weapon has to deal slashing.
Has to do slashing damage.
Also, just love to point out that the most expensive item on this list is 15,000 gold, and he just bought something from Yaru for 30,000.
Oh my gosh.
So how much would that actually sell for?
Holy shit.
So, Malik, or Seth, really. How much money does this?
No.
group
Let's do
have?
it in character.
Palik drops fishes into the bag. There's a lot of jingling and jangling.
Just go and keep pulling that out. Yep.
Brings out 3 platinum trade bars, ka-chunk, and 2 gold trade bars, ka-chunk. And there's a bunch of loose shit in here that we can get into, but
Yeah, well, let's get into it.
you want to just spill all these coins out?
Spill it out. Let's know. Let's figure out what we're looking at.
All of this is part. I mean, how
I'm
are we,
sure you have this inventoried.
How are we doing this? Because you just made
I'm
some
sure
coin.
you have a count.
You just,
I'm sure you've had a week here to fish
Now
through
the
and look through
infighting
your
begins.
gold.
All the goodwill from the beginning of the episode is gone.
Are we
Just-
pooling all of the gold that everybody has here?
I mean, isn't that wise?
I will.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
none
I'm
here.
just making sure because you just made a bunch of gold. Yaru just made a bunch of gold. I just
Yeah.
want to. I mean, I have no problem.
No, I think we.
I'll
have,
tell you what I have in here without spilling it out onto
That's
the
fine.
fine sir's carpets.
I'm
I
sure he
have,
wouldn't mind, but
3,400 platinum coins loose, 1,217 gold coins loose, and 46 silver coins loose.
it's 46.
We'll
silver.
take the lot.
And between you and I, there's 40 platinum that we can't get rid of yet.
Yeah. Yep.
What's
Agreed.
that about?
That was the.
There's debts.
Judas
Was
Yeah.
that Meyer asking? Or
Those are Judas' speed. What Ignal was killed over.
Oh, okay.
Uh huh.
Oh.
So somebody's gonna get that shoved
Yeah.
up something.
And then how much are the bars worth?
The
Trade bars?
Yeah.
Well, your conversion master's right here with trade bars.
It was 1,000 gold, right?
So one gold bar is 1,000 gold, 1 platinum bar is 1,000 platinum.
10,000.
Should be 10,000.
10,000.
So
10,000 gold
Yeah.
and 10,000 platinum. Whoa. So we have.
How much is a platinum trade bar
10
worth?
platinum to gold is 10 to 1.
So how much is a platinum trade bar worth in gold?
10,000.
10,000.
10,000
gold.
gold.
So a gold trade bar is worth 1,000 gold.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
We're logarithmic here.
And how many bars do you have? Of,
3 platinum and 2 gold.
there you go.
So 30,000 plus my
35.
30,000, that's 60,000. That's 65,000 with my.
Yep.
And if you're tuning in to skip the
67.
shopping, we're still in the
Still
middle of the
doing it,
shopping.
yeah.
Skip ahead another
But
20
just
minutes.
Probably 20 minutes.
I'm optimistic.
And how
Where-
much do you have? How much gold does everybody have? Like, so we can just have
Like-
this is what we have together.
I don't know how much gold Piercy has. Not,
Well, then
not
that-
any.
Unfortunately,
Gold.
I have not done a great job tracking that either.
Stupids.
I'll write mine.
I know what yours is.
There we
Zero.
It
go.
looks like an egg of some, maybe a goose.
Previous character sheet. So 3.
There's about 97,000 gold total.
It's closer to 100. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're sitting right around 100K.
100,000 for now.
So do you call it 100,000 or do you nitpick for the?
We're gonna nitpick to the cent.
And I'm sure between what we all have, it would be.
Palik whips out the abacus.
I think between the 6 of us, we can come up with another 3,000 gold.
Yeah. I,
1456 gold for me. That was my last check at level.
What does Meyer do when
14.
he's just sitting there and just watching all of these? Just or does he?
He's
flitter
got
off?
7 rooms to manage.
He watches Critical Role.
Oh, he said the name. He said the name.
It'll get beeped out in post.
Sure as shit will. So with just we're at 96 and change, and that's not including anybody else's.
Yeah,
whatever.
Xander has a grand total of 25 platinum on the. Well, I'm sorry,
Jesus Christ.
25 plus 300 gold. So for 3,000, so 28 platinum.
I have 85 platinum.
why are you shaking your head?
I
Like,
don't understand that math.
Okay, 3,760 gold, right? So 1,000 gold is 1 platinum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
1,000 gold is not 1 platinum.
Platinum is 10 to 1.
10 to 1. It's logarithmic.
Oh, sorry, did it backwards. That's not correct. Hang on, that's too much.
How much platinum do you have?
I have 20 platinum,
200 gold.
200
200
gold.
gold.
and then 200. What's it? Say again.
200 gold.
200 gold.
Uh-huh.
How much gold do you have, not including the platinum?
Not including the platinum, I have currently 4,000. Hang on, 4,000. 4,160. Because I had 300 there.
Okay. So yeah, we're looking pretty.
I've still kept his. He still has his stock left at the Nexus. That never leaves. If he ever needs it, probably will never need it.
You have more cash?
Yeah.
lying about? Wow.
So every time Xander goes back, he has a stack of gold that has just been
Your
like
dowry.
It's
But
literally been set
there's
aside.
slowly been some
Yeah.
getting taken out. Yeah.
I remember feeling that corner.
It never seems to go up or down.
The Palik does a silver to platinum trade. So 101,033 gold.
101,033 divided by 6.
I'm keeping track of all this.
Is 16,838 per person.
There's one of each permanent item. Is that correct? Like there's
No.
multiple consumables,
no.
but only one of each permanent.
Each one of us could get the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but not everybody's gonna want
yeah.
the $15,000.
What to get?
Can you run by the headband of Inspired Wisdom again?
Headband of Inspired Wisdom, 15,000. Increases your wisdom score by 2. And once per day, you can do an augury to ask, is this a good path or not a good path for a gut feeling? And then as a reaction, when you fail a confused, fascinated, or stupefied save, you can get a second roll and take the best.
I just cut it.
Yeah.
But if some people want more,
I was about to say, yeah,
Less.
because we have 16
Circlet of
even,
persuasion.
but
Could you read that for me?
Depending on
Circle
what
of
people
persuasion.
want.
Circle of persuasion.
15,000 plus 2 to deception and diplomacy, and plus 2 to charisma itself. For 2 actions, once per hour, you can cast charm. But really, it's that charisma.
Sold!
What is your charisma now?
What'd you buy?
+5.
What'd you buy?
The circlet of persuasion.
Oh, is that one of your primaries?
It is. Doesn't get any more primary.
Okay.
That one adds me a full heal spell.
Nice.
It's
At
huge.
level 8. It's so massive. It's
I'm
sickening.
trying to think of how much better like a +1 wisdom would be for me.
Xander will be getting a headband of wisdom because it will not be a +1 for him. It'll be a +4.
Yeah,
to
you're
his
going
score.
from like what, 12 to 18?
Going from 14 to 18.
Yeah.
With that.
What are you getting?
The headband of wisdom and the anti-magic armor rune.
Well, that's gonna take you over your budget.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Is that how we're
Low
doing
budget. Yeah.
We're not just going to run the total down?
Well, yeah, but
gonna
I
do
mean,
16,
if,
8
you
each?
know, but if you have one person that do 20-some thousand, that's gonna,
Sure.
you know. Why don't you pick your one item first?
Spin back around.
Yeah, we'll do
Please,
like a
sir,
round
I have
robin
another.
here.
All right, so I'll start with the headband of wisdom. Then we'll just go with that.
This looks wonderful on you.
Well, thank you.
I have the vision of like Spock from The Voyage Home.
I just watched that 3 days
Yeah.
ago.
That's weird.
Who else? Who else wants a big ass item?
It's just a matter of which one. What's the anklets of alacrity do again?
Anchors of Alacrity gives you plus 2 to dexterity or kicks it up to 18, plus 3 item bonus to acrobatics checks. Once per day, you can spend 1 action, click your anklets together to gain water walk for 10 minutes and increase every speed you have by 20 feet. Just keep in mind that is also a status bonus, so there might be some spells that are also giving you.
Can you
plus
wear those
speed.
and magical boots at the same time?
Yes.
I also need to find out my limitation for investments.
Of how many things you can invest?
Yes.
I believe it is 10.
10? No problem.
Yeah, it's 10. What was D&D, like 3?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
3.
It's a pain in the ass.
I got a little sweaty there. I was like,
We'd be-
oh no.
I'm double
It'd
checking.
be real hard at this
Uh-huh.
level.
Invested. A character can only wear 10 magical items that have the invested trait. And not all your items have this either.
Yeah, that's true.
Like what, half, a third only?
The ethereal. Oh, yeah, I remember what that did. That was awesome. Son of a bitch. Oh. One of everything.
Yara would like a +3 weapon rune. And replace his current slot, whatever that is on his weapon.
Oh yeah, you
For
can
the
trade that.
yeah,
in.
because remember, there's a payment difference if you trade
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And you have a +2, I believe.
Yeah.
Weapon potency. You get. Then it only costs 8,000 even instead of 8,935.
Okay.
Because
Are you keeping track of that, Seth?
Yep.
So 8
It's a really bad idea to make Palik treasurer. Just saying.
No, it's great. It's great making Seth the treasurer. It's
She's
Yes,
done
Seth, yes.
nothing
Seth, yes.
She's done
Palik,
nothing.
no.
to make you distrust her for the group. She's done plenty of things to other people, but she's never screwed over anybody coin-wise in the group.
She hasn't. That's a lie. She had done it specifically to Sildren. She cheated while we were gambling and
she
took
made it up
money
to
that
you.
should have been to.
She made it up to you, and that was peanuts back then.
That's true, but don't say it didn't happen.
Wasn't there also something with money in way earlier or an earlier season, maybe involving you or Ignal? I think it was Ignal.
Ignal and
It was
Idrisil
it
got
was
into it.
Yeah.
15 silver.
Oh right,
Some
and I
bullshit.
think it was more of a like Alistair. I don't know if
It
you
was
know how
more of
ornery
like-
Seth is going to be
Yeah.
right now.
Igno was being very hard-headed about nothing.
Yeah, Igno was.
That was 15, 15 silver.
And that
for the
nearly
audience.
destroyed the group.
Silver. Almost broke us apart.
Yeah.
Piercy's
Point
gonna
out
grab
in all
those
of these,
anklets
this common thread. It's Seth.
of alacrity.
Piercy's getting anklets of alacrity. Yeah, these are the only way. I think these are the only items in the game I'm aware of that give you permanent bonuses to stats. So because we're reaching the end of character growth, that
Is
type of
your
thing. This is
combat
it.
dexterity based too?
Yeah, it can be. Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's acrobatics.
I
Yeah,
know Pleeks is.
because it's
sure.
versatile.
And if you guys can help me as players, send me a text of your things or an email of the things that you received, so then I can put it into our character tracker.
Cool.
And we had how much per person? 18,000.
16-8 technically, but we're
16-8
kind of just round robining it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right
I
round.
think we're all going through and getting like a big purchase.
Yeah, and then we'll figure out how
Although
much
yours
is
was
left over.
smaller than everyone else's.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate
think,
that.
and I
buddy.
think, I think whatever happens, I think at the end we need a folding boat for the group.
Let, why don't we take out money for group purchase of the folding boat now?
Okay.
Because I agree that's an essential.
Yeah, track
item.
that, Seth.
Yeah,
All right.
The folding boat is definitely Pleek is hanging on to.
that's
That's
fine.
1,000
Captain
apiece.
Captain Palik.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. The,
Who do you think you're I'll show you.
Even folded up, you should be able to sling it with like suspenders and wear it around your waist. It's a little boat. That thing.
Not a Halloween costume.
and the armbands of athleticism again.
They are +3 item bonus to athletics checks. And then if you climb or swim, you can get an additional +10 item bonus for speed, for movement, the distance that you go.
The ethereal armor rune, does that add any AC
No.
properties? No.
And actually, you know what? That's what Sildren's gonna get.
The ethereal.
But you can get it too.
I know. I'm just not sure what.
Just keep in mind, this is I can't remember the word. I'm going to call it a trait rune. I know I'm getting it wrong, but you can only have a number of trait runes equal to the armor potency that you have. So if you have a fortitude rune like Yaru had, but you only have a +1 armor, then it's maxed.
Yes.
You would need a +2 armor to hold 2 of these other miscellaneous runes.
So I have +2 resilient leather armor,
Okay.
but I don't have anything in it.
Resilient does not count. You're good. It's empty. You have 2 slots available.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Because that'll be helpful, and like I'm thinking of using that ethereal ability like in combat and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the same thought.
As much as I want that headband of inspired wisdom for +2,
My good man Meyer, is that your first or your last name, or is that just your name?
I'm like Sting.
I know you have many other items that you're not showing us, but I have a question. I've been looking for a cloak of elven kind greater. Is that something you might have in your wares somewhere?
Let me check my stock.
Oh, we can ask for things.
Or just give it a shot. And he's typing. I don't know.
Cloak of Elven Kind Greater. Can cast Ghost Sound Cantrip as an arcane innate spell. +2 item bonus to stealth checks. 2 actions once per day. Gain a 4th level invisibility. And if you're also wearing Boots of Elven Kind,
Which is what I'm asking.
you can activate this ability twice per day, and allows you to sneak in forest environments even when creatures are currently observing you. You just fade away.
And you're all in a forest. You're always casting a spell.
pass without a
Pass
trace.
Without Trace, yeah.
Yes, he has that available. I just got rid of it. Cloak of Greater is 1,750.
Sold.
Crap.
Meyer, how much is the difference between a plus 2 rune and a plus 3 rune?
8,000
Huh.
even. If you want to know the math, a plus 1 is only 35 gold.
Yeah.
A plus 2 is 935, and a plus 3 is 8,935.
Wow.
I mean, and just look at some of these consumables. They're what? 3,000 gold for a consumable? These prices are intense.
You asked us to relieve ourselves of our weapons. Do you have any hand wraps for sale in the back?
I do not.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't suppose you have some time shield potions?
I found one recently.
Oh.
Just wandering. It was just lying there. It's perfect condition.
I have half a dozen of them, each one at 600 gold.
Oh. And how much to raise the Staff of Healing greater to this stronger Staff of Healing?
Staff of Healing greater to a Staff of Healing true. Oh, that's a big jump. Boop, 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 boop. 8,730.
It's pricey. Unless you have a great use for it, Bolly.
It's essentially a copy of Bale.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use it,
Okay.
and my focus is my Warhammer anyways.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Who hasn't gotten anything?
Everybody has purchased something.
What did Bleak get?
Bleak got that cloak of Elvenkind Greater,
Oh.
which is a small purchase.
That's a small one.
But
Also the folding boat.
that is for everybody.
It is.
But only one of us have.
Sure, Captain Pulley.
Yeah. Only one of us have captained a ship
That's the
before,
appropriate credentials.
regardless of how successful it was.
I was gonna go for the Cloak of the Bat, but I would annoy the hell out of everyone with it.
Would you go around?
Look at me!
I think a fly speed would do you good at this point in the game.
Bally faster.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I don't. It doesn't make him faster. It
It's
just
a fly speed
applies
of
fly
something.
Yeah, what's the
your
for the
speed,
Cloak of the
doesn't it?
Bat?
Gives
30,
you
I
a
thought.
fly speed of 30 feet for 10 minutes, or gives you a level 4 casting of pest form in the form of a bat.
Which flies at what speed?
I'm checking.
But it's a bat. It can't cast.
Yeah.
But you could
But you
get
can
from point A to point B.
He can.
It would
What
be
we do in
10
the shadows
feet.
is bat.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Bats are way faster.
That's what it reads. Oh,
Well-
wait, level
Way
4? 20 feet. Sorry, level 4. 20
Still
feet.
fast.
Still faster than a bat. That's all that matters.
You also can locate
Well, he's
things
claim
with
to
your
fame.
echo.
Faster than a bat.
The flying is
Yeah,
terribly
if
tempting.
there's enough money left over, Sildren's very interested in the Celestial Peach.
So am I.
Yeah,
If there's
we might-
enough money
we
left
might
over.
want to pick up a couple of them if we. What's our
We have
funds at?
26,783 left.
So and there's one,
Free boat?
and you have not made a big
I
purchase
have not
yet.
made a big purchase, and
So-
Yaru's only spent half, a little over half of what everybody else has.
Okay,
So
so
we have some.
the
some
ball's
things.
in your court then. I think
I've been neutered.
you've been neutered.
Palik is.
I don't have any balls in my court. Been to the oubliette lately?
How much for one of these hero points? Got 3.
Palik is gonna get the cloak of the bat.
All right,
Cloak of the Bat, 13,000.
which leaves us with
And you'd be pretty much able to hang off anything.
Yeah.
Nice.
13,000 or so. It's 15,000 for the anklets.
I know.
What did
Which would have
Piercy
put me
get?
over.
Anklets.
You got the anklets.
Mhm.
All right.
And I'm going to keep my boots on too, because the boots do give me a couple other
Options.
options. that the anklets do.
What did you say you would give me for the bracelet of dashing?
I did not.
Yeah, I guess I'm starting to look and see what.
Because
shit
the
I can
anklets
say.
would counteract
Scraping the
that.
bottom of the barrel.
Well, the bracelet of dashing is a plus 10. The anklets are a plus 20 movement speed. So,
Bracelet of Dashing is worth 58 gold.
oh Jesus.
Ha.
Christ, Tom, you're killing me.
He's like the
Don't have what I
GameStop
want.
turning in games.
Got a random.
This is my very favorite bracelets of dashing.
I mean,
It's
I'll
Pawn Stars.
sell
Sorry,
it
it's
to
the
him.
best I can
I'll
do.
take all of this for a coupon and
I have a book. I don't know if Myra will buy a book. It's called Trader of the Void.
Wow, I was gonna say no, but that's a maybe. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I'm thinking
Did not write down where I picked it up. I've had it for a while.
here.
Piercy did have a
Here.
Myra ring. A Myra pin. I just now see it here.
How much are the markings?
25 gold.
Yeah,
20.
20 gold. 25 gold at my shop.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 different items. Some of them are in 2s or 3s. 5 different items in treasure to sell you guys have never sold.
Which is let's take a look at those.
Yeah.
It's up to you guys. Maybe you guys lost the stuff from
The-
way back when.
Is Myra interested in a painting of a nude lady
No.
on a turtle?
No, he seriously looks at you and says, no.
But it's on a turtle.
If you had one of Phaon, perhaps.
As a young
Be worth
boy.
100,000 gold.
Void, I heard.
Traitor of the Void. She stole it somewhere. I don't remember.
Found it. No, he's not interested. That was Adventure 37, Cold Northern Isle.
What about mithril? Do you deal in fancy metals?
Perhaps.
And I have a handful of mithril dust
From where?
from the don't tell Molly the Shadow Hall.
Beneath the Shadow Hall.
What? Yeah. What's that about over there?
It was left over from when we made that
Key.
the pin.
Yes, he will take that for 2,500.
Holy
Nice.
Well, I've got all the powder you can have.
Just shakes his beard.
How much for this? Dwarven dander.
So we got 16,283 left.
How much?
16,283.
And everybody's made a large purchase, right?
And a boat?
I got
Large.
I mean,
plus 3 weapon rune.
Yaru only spent 8.
And the
So
boat?
technically, we've got the boat.
We've got the boat.
boat's
I-
so
If
Yaru has another 7, whatever, to spend before we can start.
We could purchase some consumables.
I wasn't going to. Okay, I was gonna.
It's
use
in
it
your
all.
court, sir.
Well, I was going to use 15,000 and buy the anklets.
Do it.
If we
A little over your man, you know.
Oh, yeah.
The ball isn't that in your court.
I mean,
Could,
does it
you
have to
could
be?
swap the? You could give the rune back, and do it.
But then I have just plain old hand wraps at this point, with no runes at all.
No, you go back to whatever you had before. Just like
But you sold those?
Yeah, I'm sure we can retcon that a little bit.
Yeah, what did you sell?
The rune, the +2 rune, and both my runes that were on that +2.
You sold everything?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can get those
Well,
back
it
if
was
you want.
a fortification armor rune and a keen.
The price has increased.
How about we do this? Give me back the fortification rune. That was worth 3,000.
Yep.
2.
But yeah, we did have that keen rune for 3,000 too.
I thought you sold that.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if you calculated that or not. Okay.
Whatever you told me you had,
Okay.
which I think included the rune
I think it did.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Fort Rune is 2,000, Alistair.
Okay. So that's
And if
what,
you're still
18?
listening, trying to skip ahead, just go to the next
18?
adventure.
Yeah.
Scrub and move
Good
on.
night, everybody.
Yeah. I have a feeling
well-
there's going to be, and that's where we'll stop for tonight.
I was going to say, if that puts us at over 18,000, we can still do the anklets and the celestial peach if you want to do a peach. Otherwise, it's a flare beacon, a potion of flying, the energy mutant vision.
I mean, elixir of lives too. I mean, I'm not gonna shake my head at any of those.
Yeah, if it's a matter of one celestial peach or something else, I think we would be better off to do multiple elixirs of life at that point.
Yeah,
I'm grooving on a peach.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
I think
think
the peaches are
Bali and
better.
that peach
Yeah.
would be pretty great.
We've seen how that regeneration has saved
Okay.
us a couple of times.
All right.
And I can
Well,
force
you
feed you at
and I
range.
haven't.
We haven't seen. I don't know. What
Just keep in
Add
mind,
2.
it's 2d4 turns with that, not 10 like the other one was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going for the anklets.
No, I'm so sorry. That is a whole different thing. Peach is full on regenerate. Level 7.
cool.
Cha-ching.
So no rune, but anklets instead for Yaru.
That's what I will do, I suppose.
So what are you doing with your hand wraps
They're staying as they are.
as they were?
No, so they're +2 remaining with no keen rune. And I have the anklets.
Okay.
So you're wiping out what you spent before. You're going back to what you had, and then
I gave you the 2,000 because that was the
Fort Rune.
the fort rune.
Okay.
So I still have my fort rune. I don't have the keen rune or the +3 weapon rune.
Why did you get rid of the keen rune?
So I don't want it.
Oh.
Is that okay with you, children? Can I make choices?
So
Because
so
I
what you're gonna
magic
do-
items
so
are nice,
the
but I'm losing
8
track of
grand-
things.
The
So
8 grand you spent for the
Is
weapon
back.
room, we got back.
is back. So
And
now I will get the anklets.
2 more. Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit of change.
Yeah, that changes pretty much everything. Now we can get whatever.
But then you spend the
The
15.
math seems a little weird. No, you got it. You
Yeah.
got it.
So we have 11,283 left.
And Alistair, I'm still making sure you have a viable weapon, though. You still have a
I
plus
have
two
+2 hand wraps.
that have what runes in them?
He has
The flame-
whatever hand wraps he came in with.
No, he
I just
sold
lost
the
the
keen
keen
rune.
rune.
out.
Oh,
Keen
the
rune
keen
out of
rune.
I sold my keen rune.
And what else is
I
on
have
there? A fire?
the
Greater fire?
Flame.
Okay, that's
yeah.
just making sure.
So
How much
you're-
is that?
Oh, God, don't kill yourself, man.
Yeah,
you
you're-
need these things. Greater fire.
your next
rune.
9 punches are going to be 19s.
Yeah. There were a lot of 19s, man. Oof.
It's too many things to keep track of on the character
okay.
sheet, so I'd rather not have it.
All right. That's fair.
It's my decision.
Bolly
That's
takes
my
the keen
choice.
rune.
We will respect it.
Jeez.
Your hand wraps your choice.
Okay, so we have 11 grand to play with. To buy some consumables.
Yeah. let's
3
see.
peaches!
3 peaches, 2 elixirs. That would.
2 for the Bolly.
That'd be a little bit over. We could do
1 peach is plenty.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could
2
do.
peaches, 4 elixirs.
that one work.
Yeah, I think that would be a good mix. And then who's gonna get what?
2 celestial
How
peaches,
many heals did we
4
just get?
We're gonna do 2 of the peaches and 4 of the elixirs. I think is what we said.
Piercy gets an elixir. Palik should get an elixir. Xander should get an elixir.
Should get another
Can you heal
goat.
yourself?
I can.
Would you
Somewhat.
like one?
Um,
Would you like one of the elixirs? Because I can heal myself pretty damn good. It costs me a focus point.
yeah, you're in combat. You're in melee a lot more than I
Okay.
am.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And I still have an elixir of life greater. so-
Yara, you asked about your flaming rune.
Mhm.
And that's a greater, is that correct? You can sell that for 6,500. You can even downgrade it to a regular flaming rune and still get 6,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, so for 6,500, trade that. We can skip one of the peaches, and you get the +3 weapon room in its place. Is that feasible?
Say that again.
If we don't buy
Sons
2
of
peaches, if we
bitches.
only buy 1 peach, and you downgrade your rune, you can also get that +3 rune that you originally bought.
Yeah.
So you'd have the flaming rune, just not the greater,
Yeah.
and you get the +3 weapon rune.
Well, no, I
and
was
we
thinking
get 1
s-
peach.
If you sold the whole.
It's starting to sound like Stardew Valley.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
If it's possible, I'm
peach
going
and
to
a muffin.
downgrade the rune and get $6,000 instead of take the thing away and get 65. That is what I will do.
Okay, you have 6,000 and it's less persistent damage, but still. A flame
That's
rune.
totally fine.
And you get the +3 weapon.
Boom.
But that means 1 less peach. So 1 peach, not 2, right?
I'm only holding 1 peach, unless I'm holding all the peaches. Am I holding all
And-
the peaches?
Well,
is one
there's
peach,
only
so you're
going to
only
be
one.
one peach.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm holding.
And
all the
everybody's
peaches.
okay with that?
Is everybody okay with that? I'm not trying to
Yeah.
stress people out.
That's fine. So you're going to end up with that +3 weapon room then.
Cool.
Okay.
Wally eats the peach.
Taste the 3,000.
Debating. We all look over as Bally's like licking his fingers.
Remember that contract we were talking about?
The payments have begun.
1 peach a week.
Contract requires you to call him Peaches from now on.
Tom, I just want to say someone in the chat's telling you the skip ahead isn't working
Oh,
right now. So.
sorry. We're trying. Technical issue. All right, so I need you players to text me or email me all the stuff you gained and or lost, particularly you, Yaru, when you downgraded, so that I can get your character sheets
Yes.
upgraded for the next printout. And Meyer thanks you for your business. He escorts you out. You claim your armor and your weapons on the way out. You leave. You're back in Mirskon. And we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for enjoying this great shopping spree. Glad to have you here. We will see you next time. Don't forget to check us out on Discord. Join the chat at ingloriousbards.com. And we'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.